You are tuned in to G5 Jeff TV. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button as you come on in. We got a special Friday edition, the day before the big fight. We got the VP in the building. VP Shane, what's going on, good brother?
I mean, I'm good. I'm just happy. Thanks for everybody who was in the last live. If you missed the last live, it's still up. That was legendary, definitely.
That last live was crazy.
We were out for about a month, no lives, no traction, no nothing, and we jumped on and we had well over the normal amount of people that we normally have in live.
Yeah, shit was jumping. Shit was definitely jumping. Antonio Corona, good looking out. What's going on? He said Team Canelo.
Keep the comments coming. Keep the
comments coming, bro. And share this live, man. Share this live. Team Canelo. Canelo is going to brutally beat this man.
I'm not so confident in that, but we'll get into that.
We'll get into that at the face-off. Billy Joe called him boy. Yeah, some people have a problem with that word. I know BoxingFirst Vlog. I know Blunt has a problem with that word. Somebody call him a boy, he's gonna snap. Like that's an old head thing. Yeah, that's an old head thing though.
But you understand. Sorry to cut. Who's that? He said he's waiting. Bro, yeah. I'm glad. In fact, go through these comments because they've been waiting.
Yeah, Jaguar Pauls, what's going on with you? My bro King Louis, what's going on, man? What's up with you? Salute. Billy has already lost. That's funny. I said he down 3 rounds already. Adrian, what's going on? Adrian, a regular up in this joint.
Yeah, he needs to jump on one week. But can I tell you why I'm not so I actually like what Saunders is doing. Most of the time you see a lot of Canelo fan people who are in the opposition corner to Canelo. They go in there and they just lie down, they're happy to be there, so good vibes, good, all of that. But the truth is, Saunders is coming there and he's coming to ruffle a few feathers. You got to remember,
Absolutely.
This is basically middleweight Tyson Fury or super middleweight Tyson Fury. So this guy has the same intentions as Tyson Fury in the sense that if I can get under your skin, at the end of the day, a lot of people are doing what Billy Joe Saunders wanted to get the reaction in the sense, oh, Canelo's definitely going to knock this guy out. He's going to have additional inspiration. If that's the case, that means Billy Joe Saunders has got underneath Canelo's skin. Because if you have additional inspiration or you're more spurred on, to me, in your mind, that means this guy's done something to you that's made you think, you know what, I'm going for this guy. And your game plan might not be the same. I'm not saying that's the case. And I'm not saying Saunders is going to win by any chance. But I'm just saying, in my opinion, I just feel like it's a good thing. It's entertaining for me as a fan. And it's definitely good for Saunders, in my opinion.
Absolutely. And we got a very special guest. My bro. Blaze Philly 215. Yeah, he's on time. He called me. He called me. He called me. He said, "Yo, you going live?" I said, "Yo, I'm putting the link in, bro."
Yeah, I'm on time.
I mean, big shout out to New Boxing Wave Media, man, aka Blaze Philly 215, man.
What's good, Blaze? What's good, Blaze?
What's good?
Hey, bro.
I'm not gonna lie, you're one of my favorite people to get on the channel. I always like to get you on the channel.
Appreciate it.
Listen. Me and him used to have these boxing talks before it was G5 Jeff TV. You know what I'm saying? At work. You know what I'm saying? So
you're taking it back right there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. But for the people that's in here right now, the link is in the chat. So if you want to jump on, don't say we ain't invite you. The link is in here. And we got, 3 more empty spots? So if y'all want to jump in, y'all can jump in. My bro Chris G is in the building. I knew he was going to be here. He said, I just want to listen
too today, so I'm with you.
Okay.
Okay. Blaze, I mean, we didn't get to get you in the last live because
I know I was that close to being there.
What I will say is, what's your opinion? Like, what do you think of this fight? Like the whole build up, the whole fight, everything.
I'll be right back. Go ahead, y'all.
You can't tell me that this whole thing is a mess, right? So I'm expecting it to go 12 rounds. I don't expect no knockout. I don't expect nothing spectacular. I expect it to be an average fight. I'm definitely taking Canelo still, but you know, all the tricks and stuff they've been trying to pull, yeah, a lot of this stuff is coming to the forefront now. You know, same thing go with Tyson Fury. All the little tricks that go on behind the scene that people don't notice is really being put on the forefront with this fight.
I agree, and you know, and you might look at it differently, but in my opinion, I feel like it's fun to see from a spectator's perspective. Someone
Right,
actually go there and not just be Canelo's friend. You know,
right.
not just them shaking hands, taking pictures, and all of that. I want to see someone to go in there and
Yeah,
actually try to win.
the last couple guys came there for the check, and that was it. That's all. That's all that was about. So, but we're gonna see what Billy got for him. I'm gonna see how much he move around that ring. He got that ring larger for a reason. And I said this when I spoke to Jeff last time we on the live. I said if it wasn't in the contract, then I don't want to hear nothing about it. But it was in the contract, so they need to stick to the contract.
Fact, fact, and that's why it's 22 feet. Because trust me, if it wasn't in the contract,
Yeah, I heard it
that
got pushed down to 21. Now it's 21, but they're still negotiating this. Like this shit is stuff with it been going down in the contract negotiation. All this stuff that have been, you know, already dealt with.
Yo,
fact.
let me jump in here real quick. A Blaze, that's an example of like managers and stuff not doing their job, man. These dudes is getting checks cut and they not doing their job. You know what I
I
mean?
don't
Like
even
they
want
just
to
had a
say
manager
that though.
status for no reason.
I don't want to say that. I say these are the tricks and stuff they pull behind the scene to give fighters advantages over other fighters.
Facts.
Canelo is
That's
no
true as
different.
well. That's true as well. No, it's especially Canelo. You know what
Hmm.
I'm saying? Like it's
I mean,
especially him.
and me and you missed this, Blaze, but this is probably, and me and Jeff were saying, like, what would have probably happened was they would have had a discussion before the fight, and Canelo, being Canelo, he don't need to be at that discussion. What Canelo would have done is come maybe 2-3 days later and go, "No, this ring's too big. Make that ring smaller." They would have made the ring smaller because it's Canelo. You see my point? This guy just has that power. He went to the Kovalev fight and was like, "Oh, the fight's supposed to be at 11 o'clock. Kovalev's training for the fight to be at 11 o'clock. No, make that fight 12 o'clock." That's what this guy did. You see my point? He has that type of power.
Power,
So
yeah.
when
You
you
know,
got this
he's the
type
A
of
side.
power,
That's what they call it. That's why there's an A side
exactly,
and there's a B
exactly.
side.
Let me jump in the comments real quick, fellas.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Jaguar Pauls, he said, "Hey G5, oh, you have lots of pictures when your videos start with boxers and boxing related people. I want to see you take a picture with Canelo Alvarez, and that would look so cool, bro." Yeah, I mean, eventually we'll get there. You know what I'm saying? But we trying to build
I
something
ain't
where
taking
Canelo
no
gonna want to
picture
come to
with
us.
Canelo. I ain't
Huh?
taking no picture. I would never take a picture with Canelo. That guy's a fraud.
Canelo gonna swing on Shane when he see him, yo.
Canelo's a fraud, bro.
Hey,
Canelo's a fraud. I ain't
Canelo
gonna
going
lie.
Canelo gonna swing on Shane.
I know
I'm gonna
knock me out
swing.
as well. He'll knock me out as
Nah, but
well.
I gotta back my guy though. Davidian Simmons, what's going on, player? He said, "What's
Sure,
good with everyone? God bless everyone in the chat."
sure.
Big shout out to you. He was in the last live too.
Yeah, yeah,
Bruce
yeah.
Goes, what's going on? What's up with you, Bruce Goes? Bruce Goes be all over the place. Chris G, 20 feet was agreed on. Billy Joe Saunders wanted an advantage. LOL, but fair enough
You
because
know, hold up. I
Canelo
want
gets
to
his
when people
advantage.
say stuff like that, right? When they act like they've been in the room with
Who's
when they
that
signed these
jumped in?
contracts. Let's not do that. All right. So
Yeah,
as far as I know, I've heard 3 different stories that the ring should have been 21 feet, period, or I mean 22 feet, period.
yeah. Well, let me get my bro. Let me get my bro in here real quick. This my bro, like for real, like for real.
Your
My guy King
biological
Louis in the building. King Louis, King, what's up, bro?
Man, salute to y'all boys, man.
What's
What's
up
good,
with you?
King Louis? I ain't spoken to you in a minute. What's good?
What's
Oh
up with you,
man,
bro?
slow motion, man, staying out the way. I've been up in these boxing streets, in and out, paying attention to certain things, but ain't too much where I can just get out here and say something different than anybody else. It's still
Right.
like brothers like you, y'all hold it down, keep it unbiased. So there's still
Hey,
channels out here doing their
hey,
job.
hey, bro. But I need for you to speak your mind on this fight tomorrow, good brother. What's your feelings on it?
Canelo doing Canelo stuff. Canelo gonna win this fight, man. With the ring size, some folks said like I heard something that Eddie Hearn said it's Billy Joe trying to change things up because supposedly the ring side was already agreed upon. He's trying to make it seem like, well, it's Billy Joe coming up last minute. Then I heard what someone else said about it was always 21 or whatever the situation was, and Canelo was trying to back out of it. So I don't know. It seemed like this is some more Canelo
To
drama.
keep,
So
to keep it real, Eddie Hearn already messed up in the beginning. So I'm not even going to take what Eddie Hearn says as anything because Eddie Hearn messed
Hearn
up
is
in
a
the beginning.
joke.
Yeah, Eddie Hearn.
He's a
Hey,
joke.
but hey Blaze, you know the thing that's crazy though with Eddie Hearn, that's like he's promoting both of them, so it's
Right.
obvious. Like it's like Canelo's like the badder bitch. Like you know what I'm saying?
exactly.
Yeah,
Like
right.
Canelo's the badder bitch, so he's you know what I
He
mean.
still want to keep Billy hanging on. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
As a
like
side
Billy
chick.
Joe the side chick. You know what I'm saying?
Like I'm gonna
The
keep my
key is,
wifey,
bro,
but I'm gonna keep you as the side chick. You know what I mean?
Right.
he don't want to be in a situation what Bob was in, where Bob was promoting Teofimo Lopez and Loma, and obviously Bob was favoring Loma. But when Loma obviously lost, all of a sudden it's like, nah, I have to backtrack.
Mm-hmm.
Bro,
Hey, hold on. Hey, yo, hey, King Louis. Remember when Don King used to have his fights and he had both of his guys in the ring,
oh yeah,
and whoever won, he would cheer like
all right.
he
Hey,
would cheer like it was crazy, yo.
hey, wasn't Jerry McCullough his fighter and he ran over there to Nigel Ben? Like
yeah.
Yes.
straight up.
Why Jerry McClellan getting oxygen, bro? This dude's on the ground knocked out clean.
Yo, I'm like, man, I'm like, if these promoters don't be on gold digger status, a
Mm-hmm.
Blaze, the dudes on YouTube that be
Yeah,
having
I've
a
been
hot
seeing them
whip, they
videos.
be trying to
Yeah,
they be trying to find gold diggers. That's
yeah, that
exactly
should
what
be
these promoters
hilarious,
be doing.
right?
Whoever win, that's who they going with. Like, and
Big
that
Wait,
shit
fact.
just looks crazy.
But I want to ask both Blaze and King Louis this question, yeah. And in my opinion, and I still think Canelo's gonna win the fight. But I feel like what is interesting is Canelo probably for the first time in a long time, or definitely the first time since he signed to the zone, he's actually gonna fight someone who is a known mover. He hasn't fought a mover since
Floyd.
probably Lara
I
or
thought Floyd. Or Lard too, right?
Yeah.
yeah. So obviously, what do you feel like that plays a part, or you just ignoring that?
Yeah. Well, you can take the question first. I'll go ahead second.
King,
Yeah,
go ahead.
I'll go on it because funny thing about it, I just watched that Laurel fight probably like an hour ago. So it's fresh on my mind. Things that Canelo do now that he didn't do in that Laurel fight, he still ain't a jab fighter, you know what I'm saying? He's a screen pressure, but he feints better, you know what I'm saying? I feel like Billy Joe got better strength. Let me cut it down. I got it in the background.
No,
Billy
you
Joe
good, bro.
got
Go
better
ahead.
strength in the left hand, but I feel like Law's just a better boxer. So those problems, like I gave it like the first 4 rounds, it was 2-2. Canelo was able to stay in front of Lara. Like, and when he was in front of Lara, it was like even though he wasn't using a jab, he was reading his movements. And it got to the 5th round, Lara just started freestyling out there, somewhat looking like Floyd. And you seeing Canelo was having problems of
Big
hitting
problem.
Lara.
Big problem.
Like he was swinging and missing like Floyd, like when he was trying to fight Floyd. But I don't see Billy doing it. I do not see Billy doing. I see Billy gassing out, and I to a sense I think he might succumb to the pressure, cause like Lara, like that was some extreme footwork I seen from him. An ordinary fighter would get in there and try to exchange at certain points. Lara stayed disciplined with that footwork. And that what gave Canelo problems. Not too much the movement. It was the footwork. He was switching it up and he changed speeds. I don't think Billy can do that. I don't.
No,
Hey,
So
hold on, Shane. Hold on a second. Blaze, before I let you go,
Go ahead.
I gotta introduce my bro. He be all over these boxing streets. Bruce Goes is in the building. Bruce Goes, what's going on with you, baby?
What's happening, G5? How you doing, brother?
Everything straight. Listen, I'm gonna let my boy Blaze cook real quick, and then I'm gonna let you go. All right.
Hey, not a problem, man. You do your thing.
All right. Hey, Blaze, go ahead, cook up, bro.
All right, so this whole fight is going to be whether Billy gets his needle spray and Canelo gets his meat. Who's going to win out? Who do y'all got? because we're
Yo.
just going to have to see what's going to go on. Because Billy's going to run. He's going to try attacking, going to try to make him miss. Is Canelo going to get frustrated like he gets when he got with Floyd and Laura? Because in both of those fights, he was frustrated and he couldn't do anything. I still thought he lost that Laura fight. I don't know about anybody else, but I watched the fight.
No, I had him losing that fight.
And then,
I thought he lost
you know, I expect it to be close early, and at the end, I see Canelo pulling away, especially if he's on that finest juices like my man Jeff talking about all the time.
Hey, Bruce, go ahead and cook up, bro.
As far as the ring goes, man, I think that's to keep this thing alive on the internet, man. Because aside of the 70,000 people in Texas, you ask the average Joe on the street about who's fighting Saturday night. And nobody knows who Canelo is, man. They got to keep this thing buzzing. They got to keep selling this fight. I think the ring thing is crazy, man. I think that's just, like I said, just to keep it going. I mean, look at Madison Square Garden. For 80 years, 18.5-foot ring. It's in the Hall of Fame right now. You never heard anybody bitching about that ring. And that's the ring Ali and Frazier fought in. Sugar Ray Robinson fought in that ring, man. Joe Louis. I mean, we're talking about history. And these guys are complaining about 1.5 feet in the ring. I mean, that's ridiculous, man. That's crazy.
You know what, Bruce? I'll say this to you, yeah? And I agree with you 100%. But this is now, and sadly, it's become an art. It's become an art to try to get the upper hand in negotiations, not for the betterment of the sport, but psychologically.
That's what I'm saying, though. The negotiation should have been done a long time ago with the contract negotiation.
Well, see,
I got another point. I'm gonna let Bruce go,
dude. It's been going on forever, but the thing is now that we hear about it as fast as they say it. Sugar Ray Robinson used to sit in his locker room and refuse to go out there because he wasn't getting radio rights. That's when television had different rights and radio had different rights. And he'd hold up a fight until the last minute, but nobody cared. Nobody heard about it. They just wanted this fight to start, and it started, and the fans, they just wanted to see the action. And that's basically what we want to see. But we're fed everything else. We're fed the promoters going at it. We're fed the other side of the street. It's so much bullshit. And now Floyd's coming in here with the two twins, and they're trying to take the show right now. I mean, it's really ridiculous. But, it's what they're giving us. And looking at the fight, Canelo's the favorite, but Billy Joe's a live underdog, man. He's a mover.
Yeah, I give him a chance.
Canelo doesn't like movers, man. I'm looking forward to this fight. I'm not a fan of a fighter, man. If it was that way, you could call in the results. They got to get in the ring and bang their heads together, and that's what I'm looking forward to seeing, man. And I've seen so many upsets in my day. Anything could happen. That's why I love boxing, man. I just wanted to chop it up with you guys for a few seconds,
Absolutely. Let me get in the comments real quick.
I want to cut you off. I don't want you to do that. I just want to, because it was something that was said. Hey, pull up Chris G last comment. He's saying, just saying what Eddie Hearn said. You take it as you will. There are multiple stories, though. Okay, it is. But what's the first story y'all remember? Can I ask y'all that? Do y'all remember the first story y'all heard?
Yeah. The first story I heard was that, again, it could be biased because the first people to come out with it was Saunders' team. And the first story I heard was that it was agreed 22 foot. That's what I heard.
I heard 18 feet, that a bitch was trying to knock it down to 18 feet. Y'all ain't hear that?
No, I heard that basically.
I heard that after.
I heard that.
If somebody was trying to break a ring situation, now they said the compromise when Billy Joe and his dad and them said we bought our tickets and we was finna haul ass. Fuck this shit. We ain't finna get played. Y'all gonna respect us just like y'all want us to. But Billy Joe really been on his troll shit. So like you say, you really don't know who to trust. Cause Billy Joe out here disrespecting every time he get a chance. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, dude, you heard what Billy Joe said right from the start. First of all, he didn't know he was fighting in front of a crowd. He just thought it was going to be a bubble. So he didn't take a cut of the gate. Secondly, the judges. He was supposed to get some judges from the UK. He didn't get those. I mean, he's been bitching right from the start, and now the ring is just something else, just to keep this thing going. You know, and we're the guys who play these shows out for these guys, man. You know, we're the ones. We're the ones who
Canelo
make a show out of it.
Ain't that Canelo MO? Rehydrate, finding things to his benefit. So because he might be the first one to speak out against it, does it mean he's lying? But
Bruce,
my whole point is he came out. It's coming from Billy Joe's side. Billy Joe is clearly against Eddie Hearn. He's out here talking about Eddie Hearn already look like he got his dog in the fight.
Honestly, the first story I heard was about hand wraps. That's the first story I heard. And then
About the legal
yeah, exactly.
hand wraps,
The gloves can't be on unless Billy Joe sees them being wrapped. I heard that too.
That's fair. That's fair. But
of course, it's fair. But you know, the word was that Canelo always had his hands wrapped in private, and his opponents, being the so-called B-side, never had a say in that.
That's my point. That's what I was gonna say.
I'm gonna have to say, pause to that. The only person that watched Canelo that I know for sure watched him get his hand wrapped was the Shane Mosley fight, and Shane Mosley went 12 rounds.
Triple G.
Well, you know,
Triple
Floyd
G.
has representatives in there too.
Triple G.
I don't know. I'm not saying that. I'm knowing that's the fight for sure. I know his hands.
No, it's on YouTube. No, that one's on YouTube. Hold on, Shane. No, that one's on YouTube, Blaze. Abel Sanchez was literally sitting in front of Canelo while he was getting his hands wrapped.
I'm not saying that wasn't. I'm saying the fight that I know for a fact that he watched somebody watched him get his hands wrapped. He went 12 rounds with the guy.
Oh no, yeah, I'm adding on to that. No, you're correct.
He went 12 rounds with Triple G, and he got his hands washed. I mean,
what I was gonna say,
watched, right?
I was gonna say this to Bruce Scholes, and now I was gonna say something to Blaze. Firstly, Bruce, I agree with you 100%, but that's the reason why they're kicking up a storm. Because every time someone goes, or because I'm literally piggybacking on what King Louis said, every time someone fights Canelo, they go there like an opponent with a B-side mentality. The reason why Saunders is literally arguing over everything, he'll probably argue over
because he knows the tricks.
And Billy Joe is speaking up like nobody has before.
Yeah, just to let him know that I'm here and I'm here to win, and I'm not going to let you get away with it.
Yeah, it's posturing. I like to be honest with you. I like what Billy Joe doing. I like what he's doing. Like he's shining light on the situation, whether he's lying or not. Like he's kicking up dirt. And usually with guys like Canelo, guys like Floyd, stuff like that, they don't like people to be kicking up dirt like on their event. So I like what Billy Joe was doing. Now it might cost him his ass tomorrow. But you know, that's neither here nor there. Let me get through these comments real quick.
I'm about to say, get through some of these comments.
Yeah, Derek Wiltz, what's going on, player? He said Billy Joe might win the first 3-4 rounds. Well, maybe not in the judge's eyes. That's 100% facts. Sim0180, you are definitely new. Go subscribe to everybody on this panel. Is it tonight or tomorrow night? It's tomorrow night. All big fights on Saturday.
Hold up, pause on that. I didn't really even know this fight was this weekend until last week. That's how horrible this promotion has been about this fight. I haven't really been paying attention.
Hey, Blaze, let me add on to that. The promotion didn't start until Billy Joe started talking.
Right, because I didn't know nothing about this fight. I mean, I knew about it, but I didn't even know we had a date and everything.
Bruce Goes and King Louis. Am I correct on that?
What, yeah, you correct. I knew it though, but yeah, Saturday.
Yeah, but you know, but let me say something about that too, man. Not all big fights are on a Saturday night, man. I mean,
and then
traditionally
later. Like I'm watching fights.
Well, not right now. Everything it seems like they're all stuck on Saturday night. But you go back a little bit. Ali Frazier was a Monday night. Sugar Ray Leonard and Thomas Hearns was a Wednesday night. The Battle of the Little Big Men. I think that was on Gomez and Sanchez. That was during the week. It's only Bruce, now, yeah.
This is the thing, though, Bruce. When you take a fight like that during the week, it puts extra pressure on them to market and promote, and they cheap as shit. I grew up on USA Tuesday night fights. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's not even just that. It's also the fact that back in the day, they were actually household names in boxing. Nowadays, there's not a lot of household names in boxing. And that's just the painful truth.
But they're also following the demographics too, man, because the average person has Saturday and Sunday off, so they don't want to show a fight on a Monday night where the guy's not going to pay $50 because you got to get up and go to work at 7 o'clock the next morning.
Right.
That's a fact.
What I was going to say this to Blaze though, because Blaze brought up before you say that comment, Blaze brought up a good point of Lara frustrating Canelo.
Right. This
is one thing I would say to you. I am 1,000,000% sure that Saunders will be able to frustrate Canelo for one reason. If Saunders wins that first round, he's going to frustrate him because Saunders is the king of bravado. After 1 minute, after Canelo misses the first shot, Saunders is going to be sticking out his tongue, putting his arms behind his back, doing all of that stuff. I still think he's going to lose, but that's going to get to Canelo. I guarantee you, that's going to get to Canelo.
All right. I mean, like I said, to me, it's just who juice going to run out first. That's all. I'm
Canelo got
when they accuse each other of cheating, it's just the stupidest crap ever, man. Like both of y'all got caught cheating. What are y'all arguing about? Like this?
Listen, Canelo and his chemist is the best in the business right now. That boy been going 12 rounds with everybody. He ain't running out of no gas. He just made a giant man. Come on, man. Hey, that man on something. Okay, he on that right.
You want to compare the gas, man. Canelo's on the clenbuterol. That's what sustains your energy. Billy on the testosterone for the muscles and the power. I mean, the sustained energy is going to win out in the long run.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Hey, King, I'm gonna get to the comments in a second, but King Louis, I gotta say this to you, bro. If Canelo come to the ring with somebody with a lab coat on, man, I'm calling your fucking phone, yo.
I'm telling you, bro, he got the best in the business, bro.
Yo, they probably got what's them jar joints they be having in the chemist classes? What you call them?
Beakers.
Huh? Yeah, yeah. That shit crazy,
man. This is the stuff they hide in boxing. This is the stuff that goes on that they don't want the playing public to see.
I used to be in the nutritional supplement industry for 30 years, man. And the biggest seller around contest time and around showtime was a drink called Strip. It was a detox product, and that would pretty much clear your system out of the metabolites, out of anything that they were testing for. And that's why, in my opinion, all these guys are on something, man.
I'm gonna give you a great example of that. Look at Pacquiao the first time he fought
Tim Bradley.
Not even Bradley. Before that, his first fight against Pereira. Look at his legs and compare him to today. He had twigs. He went to tree stumps.
His legs.
His legs are like tree stumps now. It's ridiculous. He looked like he was malnourished in that fight. In earlier fight,
man, look like a professional kickboxer, Muay Thai kickboxer.
Bro,
that stuff don't happen naturally, man. It don't happen naturally.
Hey, check this out, yo. Pacquiao legs look like Big Baby Miller arms and shit. Man. That shit look crazy. That shit crazy. Let me get in the comments real quick, fellas. Jaguar Pauls, he said, I'll tell you guys how they initiated. You guys recall some weeks ago when Tyson Fury and Saunders were bitching that Eddie Hearn liked Canelo more than them. That's where it originated from. That's the truth. That's the truth. Will Stokes.
No, let's go. Let me dive.
You want to go back to that? You want to go back to that?
So it don't just start with that. It starts with the Anthony Joshua and the whole situation. That's why Tyson Fury opened his mouth in the first place, because they're stalling lying about that Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury fight. They've been lying about that fight for almost a year now. They still haven't came up with a date, venue, nothing. But every day you go on Facebook, they talking about this fight being announced.
Tomorrow, though. I'll let you guys know it's going to get announced tomorrow.
That's what they said.
It's going to get announced tomorrow.
But they said that like how many years? I mean,
I am 99.9% sure it gets announced tomorrow.
Bro, that damn fight ain't happening, bro. I don't know why that fight happening. He's
not fighting anybody until he fights.
Hey Shane,
coughing up 90 million.
Shane, are we talking a date? Are we talking date and venue announcement or just another one of those?
Fight poster, bro. We're talking about a fight poster.
Fight poster should have a date then.
I need
wanna
to
see
see
it.
the
I wanna see it.
venue. When is
I
this
wanna
fight
see it.
happening? Nothing. I don't
Yeah.
care
Date-
about nothing.
I'm
So we
saying
got-
hold on. That ain't happening,
Because this is
bro.
my first time. Hold on, this is my first time hearing this. So Shane,
I did hear that on
we
Facebook.
getting
It's
we
gonna
getting a
announce
date.
tomorrow.
So we getting a
There's
date,
a date
the
and
venue, and a poster.
tomorrow.
We getting a date, venue, and poster.
Tomorrow.
Okay.
That's what I heard.
All right.
And I'm
Date-
99.
I heard that on Facebook, but like I said, man, they've been saying
All right.
this for over a year.
I believe
how many
Bill
times
was like-
Exactly. I heard the same thing, and
Yo.
it didn't even ring a bell because you hear it
They-
so
Yo,
often.
How many times is Eddie
they
Hearn
gonna have
said
to-
I'm
they're gonna
desensitized
announce
to
the
those
date?
remarks
I'm
now.
about to announce
Yo,
the date this weekend.
They gonna have to show me. They gonna have to show
I
me.
need a date in the venue. I want
Yeah,
to
they
be
gonna
able
have
to
to
buy
show
a
me.
physical ticket to this damn fight. It
Yeah,
proved to me that this fight's gonna happen.
They
Yeah,
already
'cause they-
acknowledged the damn arbitration is holding up the shit, so they come up with a date. That mean they
Yeah.
pay
They're
the
not
bag.
paying Deontay Wilder $90 million to step aside. Now I
Oh,
don't
that's
believe
just
Deontay Wilder
ridiculous.
is going to step aside. So it's not happening. That
Shit,
fight
I'll
is
step aside for
bullshit.
$90 million. I don't give a fuck who you is. 90 million,
I'll
give
step
it here.
aside for 90,000.
Hey,
$90 million for a
he
step
said, bro,
aside.
I ain't fighting no
Fury
more.
ain't
You
got
give me some
90
step
million.
aside money like that.
One second,
He
one
ain't got
second,
90
one second.
million.
Yeah,
Tyson
they
ain't
ain't
got
got it.
90 million.
Wait.
No,
I'll
we're
tell you
close.
this for a fact, yeah? I'll tell you this for a fact, Blaze. Whether it's tomorrow, whether it's next week, I'm telling you for a fact that fight's happening next. Both of them will fight each other next.
I guarantee.
I'll bet
me and you on this bet. That fight won't happen until he fights Deontay Wilder first.
I'll bet you any money. I'll bet you any. How much money you want to bet?
So I got a question with you, Shane. How do you
What?
feel about Tyson Fury not honoring his contract?
Personally,
I don't care what a bitch. I don't even not calling you a
I'll
bitch.
answer your question. I'll answer your question. And Jeff will say this for a fact. I hate rematch clauses. Doesn't matter who it is. I hate rematch clauses. I didn't want AJ to get a rematch against Ruiz. I hate rematch clauses. I hate it. When you lose, you lose. That's how I see it.
No,
Anybody who loses,
Hey Shane,
I
but
didn't say that.
no Shane. He's asking about Fury not honoring the rematch clause. No, he understands that.
I don't care.
So
Personally,
you telling me a person breaking a contractual obligation, you don't care about that?
No, I don't care. Cause I want to. At the end of the day, I'm not getting paid. I just want to see another fight.
No,
That's
I'm
what
saying this right here. It's safeguards in them contracts. So if a person can break something that big, who the fuck say why I'm gonna come in here because I demand the A side type shit. I'm gonna break weight. Not saying for
writing
heavyweight.
up a contract. What's the point of writing up even a contract?
King, I gotta agree with you on that. I'm things like this, like anything that affects future moves in the sport in a negative way, I'm gonna have a problem with it. Now, in terms of the rematch clause, like it was there, like point blank period, like it was there. Now, him breaking the rematch clause, like I have a problem with that because I hate contracts that's written in pencil. That's why I don't like the sanctioning bodies. The sanctioning bodies, they come up.
There's no point for sanctioning bodies.
And I wasn't for undisputed when Andy
they
had
own
them
rules.
titles. I
Then,
said, "Oh, go ahead."
How?
Yeah, because I mean it's crazy because I'm like, at the end of the day, I'm like, if it's something in the contract, then they need to honor that contract, because if you let them, Shane, I'll put it to you like this: if you let Fury get away with that, right? And I know your opinion about rematch clauses, you're just not a big fan of rematches, period. So I know where you're going with that. The thing is, if you let Fury get away with that, right now, hold on, there's a trickle down effect with that. Jojo Diaz went and did the exact same thing with Tevin Farmer. Tevin Farmer had a rematch clause. So this is why you have to have a problem with what Tyson Fury's doing, because now the Jojo Diaz's of the world, now they getting away with it. Now, what's going to happen next? Is Tank going to get away with one?
No, it's not even. No, it's going to evolve to something else. It's going to be a motherfucker stealing money out of contracts like we was saying and holding shit up. On the day, pulling the little shit, going beyond with it.
I get you, but I'm not even looking at it, and I guess I'm doing it incorrectly. But I'm not even. And by the way, people in the comments, just gonna get to them in a second. But my point is very simple. I get what King Louis is saying about when something's contractually written down, you should live by it. All of that, I hear that. I'm not even disagreeing with the point. But my point is very simple. As a consumer, I don't care. As a consumer, I don't care. I only care about watching fights. I'm a consumer. Why should I care about anything else? If I'm paying for something, I'm paying to watch a fight. And if I'm using my own money to buy something, I want to buy something that I haven't seen before. That's why I don't like rematch. I'm only looking at it from a consumer perspective.
I
Hold
can
on,
respect it, but I can't just because you a person for the fighter too, ain't it, Shane?
Hey Shane, but you gotta put on your media hat though. Like you actually in the business. So you got your consumer opinion, but what's your opinion in terms of being inside the sport of boxing? Is it the same?
If I was managing a fighter and he had a rematch clause, I would do everything in my power to make sure that the contract gets obligated.
Let me say this,
Right.
G5, and I'll let you talk too, home. All right, let me just say this right here. Today is that. What's gonna stop these bitches from getting money, advances on a fight, and stalling the fight out because they gonna haul ass? They never had no attention. The president has been set. The contract is not being respected. You give them an inch, they take them out. It's this today, it's something else tomorrow. Motherfuckers stealing money from them. What's gonna stop him from what's gonna keep him? What's gonna allow this damn business that we want to keep from turning to the WWE, which is doing it in our eyes, bro, because of all this bullshit politics. People scared to fight each other. Niggas backing out of contracts. Boo Boo and Chalo, he backed out that contract. That's why a lot of cats look at Boo Boo sideways when he got all the talent in the world. It's evident, but this can be. I'm telling you. Like fam said, it's JoJo Diaz who is gonna be tomorrow, and what is gonna be tomorrow.
Go to the comments, Jim.
All right, let me get in the comments real quick.
In the terms of JoJo Diaz,
hold on. I wanted to speak on something. You said you when you paying for a fight, you don't want to watch the same fight again, right? If you watch that Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight 1 and 2, those were two completely different fights.
When I mean, in my personal opinion, in both fights, there was a conclusive winner. So I don't need to see that when I can watch Undisputed. That's what I mean. But go on, Jeff.
Who you think won the first fight?
Personally, I thought Fury won the first fight. I thought Fury won both fights.
Yeah, but sometimes some rematches are the greatest fights in history. We have trilogies. We've had some.
What's the point of having a big division? If nobody look at people like Michael Hunter, Alexander Usyk, guys coming up. What's the point of them being there?
Bruce.
Pavek and all this shit.
Real quick. Hold on.
Alexander Usyk. I said Alexander Usyk.
Hold on, real quick, y'all. Real quick. Hey Shane, let me explain this to you real quick. And Bruce, tell me if I'm wrong on this. Right now, Shane is the youngest one out of the crew. Right, he's the youngest one out of the crew. But I said that to say this: back in boxing in the 80s, the 90s, the late 90s, early 2000s, a lot of the legacy of boxing was built off of rematches and trilogies. So when you dealing with like boxing fans that are older, 30s, 40s, things like that. Like when you see things like that. We're used to rematches and trilogies and all of that. Mm-hmm. So you see less of it now, like over the last 10 years. Like Bruce, is that where you was going with that, bro?
Yeah, man. Where I was going with is boxing is a simple sport. It's mano y mano. If it's a good fight, it's a close fight. If this side says my man won, the other side says my man won, it's not settled, man. The only way to settle it is a rematch. Now, it doesn't have to even be in the contract. If a promoter sees that rematch is out there, it's going to happen. They're both fighters are going to sign that. But when they sign a fight, it's up to each individual fighter and their team to go over that contract. Right. And if they want to sign a rematch clause, sign it. If not, rehash it and write up a new contract. But boxing today, unfortunately, it's a business, man. It's not like it was before, where you got a champion on this side, a champion on this side.
That's a excuse. But I'll let you
continue. That's an excuse.
It is, because listen, you don't like the fights, but these motherfuckers is making money. These real boxers ain't making nowhere towards the money of these YouTubers who ain't real fighters, but getting the titles of professional fighters. Right. Because they getting in a ring because of the business of boxing. So the business of boxing is fucking killing boxing. So to keep
I agree,
saying that
man.
we
That's what
gotta
I was saying,
respect it,
right?
now
That's what I was
fuck
saying.
it. No, I'm saying it's an excuse. Fuck the business of boxing. You use the business to your advantage. Stop buying this bullshit. Stop watching because niggas love boxing so goddamn much. Illegally stream this shit. Fuck the. I don't mean to
Yeah, but
promote
everybody's
that on
gonna
nobody
illegally
else's channel.
stream until they can find a better platform to sell these
yeah.
fights
Bruh,
on, man.
I'm
Who's
buying
gonna
a
pay for
Chalo
something that you
fight.
can get
I
for
bought the
nothing?
Carissa Shields fight. I'm buying shit that's worth buying. Carissa Shields
That's
went
what I was gonna
bet
say.
on
That's
herself.
what I was gonna say. That's what I
Yeah,
was
but
gonna
I
say.
bought that.
you're an exception to the rule, bro. You're
But it's time
loyal
for
to
us
the
to promote
game.
that. It's time for us
Yeah,
to promote that mindset and stop this bullshit
Yeah,
ass
yeah.
shit that the white folks doing to us, the promoters doing to us. Stop trying to do it to. This is what I'm viewing.
Yeah, I feel you. I feel you. Let me, King. Let me run through these comments real
Go
quick.
ahead, bro.
We behind like a motherfucker. Will Stokes, big shout out to you, Will Stokes. Canelo losing this 100%. Gonna be a masterclass. Might be 12-0 Saunders. Gonna school him. I know Shane agrees with everything I'm saying here. Shane, you got put on Front Street.
I don't agree with it. I just hope it happens. I hope Canelo
You
loses.
hope it happens. Okay.
I hope it happens.
Well, we'll come back to you on that one. I am free. Big shout out to you. Real true boxing fans knew exactly when this fight was, bro. I think that was for that other person that said whether it was Saturday or Sunday. I mean, tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah.
Brendan Jackson, what's going on? Brendan Jackson jumped on the live with his what was that? Wednesday?
No, 2 days ago. 2
days ago. Yeah. Big shout out to you, bro. Davidian Simmons, I know how good Canelo Alvarez is, but I rock with Billy Joe Saunders. We seen Floyd Mayweather take a loss yesterday. I would love to see one of the biggest
I
upsets
didn't
in
get
a
that,
while.
man. I wasn't entertained by that, man. I think that was a whole show.
Yo, you know the thing that's crazy, yo? They Jake Paul had the got your hat shirts on the website before the press conference happened.
I mean, this is how the world works nowadays, man. Like everything is marketed. Like I'm over that.
It's crazy.
Thriller is not boxing.
Right.
Yeah,
Thriller is a sideshow, man.
Yo, let me make this comment. Let me make this comment real quick before I keep on going with the comments. I had somebody DM me and ask me why I wasn't covering Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul. I said, bro, if you seriously DM me to ask me that question, I said you already know the answer to it.
This ain't the shade room. Who cares?
You already know the answer to it. Like if you know I'm with the clown stuff and you see I'm not covering it, then I can see you DMing me. But I'm like, if you know my platform and you know how I get down and you ask me that question, you already know the answer to it. I'm like, why are you wasting my time? You wasting your own time with that shit. You know what I mean? I'm like, I'm not covering that. You know what I'm saying? But let me get on with these comments. Chief Fred Ford, what's going on? He said Pac-Man got legs like he was walking a route at the post office. He was walking to the post office in another state. That's how big his legs is, man.
It's crazy. Shoulder, man.
He got
crazy. Beast Killer, what's going on? He said, y'all sound like haters. Your favorite fighter loves Canelo.
Canelo's a fool.
Beast Killer.
I'm picking Canelo to win. So how we haters?
Yo, nobody. That's what I'm saying. Like Beast Killer, like. Yo, everybody on this panel said Canelo was gonna win the fight, so I don't even know where you're going with that.
I'm gonna keep saying I hope you don't win the fight. I hope you don't win this fight.
Man, with all that bullshit being said, Canelo on the best dope. I don't care what.
Let me defend myself, man.
I don't like Billy Joe.
I'm not a fan of either one of these fighters, man. I'm a fan of this sport. Right. If Canelo wins, I'm not going to lose any sleep over it, man. The day is going to continue tomorrow. I want to see good action, bro. I want to see an action fight. I don't give a shit who wins.
I'd rather see Billy Joe get knocked out because he's an asshole. I respect Canelo.
It's not even the same.
There's scenarios I'd like to see, and you know, there's a scenario I expect to see.
It's not even the same fighter that fought Lemieux.
Arguably with losing until he knocked him out. Canelo was clowning with Lemieux.
Come on, Billy Joe ain't shit.
No, what? But let me tell you the truth is, the truth is Canelo deep.
That's what Canelo said, Billy Joe. You ain't shit, and now they're gonna fight, man.
Canelo's a fool. I don't want to hear any Canelo's a fool.
The woman beater, and like he literally puts that on YouTube.
Can I tell you why I don't like Canelo? In terms of a boxing and any boxing fan like Canelo, I don't understand because Canelo came out this week and said he would rather fight Errol Spence than Andre. I don't want to hear this guy. This guy is a fraud. This guy has done everything in his power to avoid any top class fight at
Oh,
his weight class.
hey,
The whole
Shane,
time
Shane, let me explain the all three Bruce, King Louis, and Blaze Philly, where that comes from. There's a lot of people that tell me that Canelo will mop the floor with Andre, right? And I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, if that's your opinion, that's cool. So I tell everybody, I'm like, y'all have more confidence in Canelo than Canelo has in himself. I'm like, he's talking all of this. I want to unify at 168. Fellas, he was one belt away at 160 to become unified. At 160, undisputed. All he had to do was go pay Andre to visit. He refused to. So I was like, don't sit up here and tell me you got all this confidence in him when he's openly ducking. Like he's openly ducking.
But this guy Billy Joe Saunders duck Andre.
Go ahead, Blaze.
He
didn't duck him. He was on the asthma. He was on the asthma pump.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
hey, Blaze, my brother got asthma, man. He told me his asthma pump was missing. The week of that same week, I said, Billy Joe was at your crib.
But you know what? It's not even because I want Billy Joe to win. I just want Canelo to lose because you know what? This guy has the narrative of the pound for pound number one, all of that crap.
Canelo has a loss. Everybody keeps forgetting that. He has a loss.
He has a loss, but I'm gonna tell you something. With all due respect, I rank him higher than Terrence Crawford.
I don't.
Wow.
It's a strategic. He's strategically cherry picking, but ain't nobody in boxing right now can say they doing what he's doing. Let me finish. It's all listen. It's all artificial. I'm not saying that it's because it's artificial. I'm gonna knock it down. The man still unified at 160. He moved up to 175 and took the weakest scrap, but by box rank, he was the top ranked motherfucking 175. Now he's moving down, going title holder to title holder. He might get the Caleb Plant and start doing the same shit he did to Billy Joe, but again, ain't nobody else doing this. But
no, exactly. Right now, he's the face of boxing.
That's all I'm gonna
go down
I'm
as an all-time great, in my opinion.
He counterfeit money.
To fight two of the three fighters. Yeah, he has to fight Charlo.
But that's the face of boxing right now because you gotta look at how boxing
moves. The face of boxing.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Go ahead.
Let me ask you a question. 1 second, because I heard what King Louis said. Let me ask you a question, King Louis.
Sure.
Imagine if Terrence Crawford came out and said, I will never fight any other black fighter. Could you imagine the backlash this guy will get? But Canelo has said he'll never fight another Mexican fight, and he gets away with that. How is this guy getting away with saying things like that?
Yeah, but Canelo should be fighting for legacy right now. G5, let me ask you a quick question. Now you go back to Sugar. You remember Sugar Ray Leonard, right?
Yeah.
Now, as great as he was, would he have not gone down as an all-time great if he had fought Donald Curry, Milton McCrory, and Mike McCallum? No. Would he not gone in the class of like a Sugar Ray Leonard if he had beaten these three guys? Close to it, bro.
No,
but see that my point is Canelo has a chance to become in this category right now. And to the average guy, it looks like he's sidestepping these people that we just named. If he fights them, that's going to cement his legacy. And I only look at them as good as their last fight, man. You know, that's
Canelo isn't ranked that high to me because he hasn't fought the best fighters. And when he fought the best fighter, he got his ass handed to him. So Canelo record, he does.
It's a style that gives him problem. It's the lateral moving fighter that can move and punch.
Yeah, but you're as good as your last fight. He could redeem that if he could wipe the floor with the guys who say they're tops at super middleweight.
He fights the Charlos, the Andres. When he beats these guys that are at the top that have been calling him out for years and he's been ducking, when he fights those guys, that's when Canelo will get my top pound for pound. Until he does
Mine
that,
too.
I'm done. I can't give him that.
I can't.
You know,
that's a fact.
Who's high right now?
Hey King, let me say this real quick, y'all. You know what makes the Canelo situation so crazy, man? And this just goes to show how bad the sport is in terms of people resumes and things like that and the top fights being made. when Blade says he hasn't fought the top guys, I can agree with that. Then King Louis said what he said. I can agree with that. And I'm a believer like two things can be right. But here's the thing that makes the Canelo situation crazy.
Exactly, Joe.
Bruce Gold, you're correct. King Louis, you're correct. Blaze, you correct. Shane, you're correct. The thing that doesn't change, Canelo probably still has a top 5 resume in the sport.
No,
Right.
fuck resume. Who
can I
in the
address
last
that?
24 months doing better than Canelo?
Can I address that? When you're
Go
a
ahead.
cash cow, wait 1 second, Jeff. When you're a cash cow, Canelo has never had a failed negotiation. Anybody he calls out, he gets. That's not the same for Errol Spence. That's not the same for
Yeah,
Charlo.
but see,
That's not
Canelo
the same
has
out
that
these
mythical pound
bums.
for
He
pound
calls
crown
out
on his
bums.
head
You
right
don't
now.
Can
call
I
out
finish?
these great
Can
fighters.
you? Hey, Shane.
You know
Hold
I'm
up.
all over the place. I
Hey,
go to
Bruce,
some
hold
of
up.
these
Hold up,
sites
Bruce.
on the
Hold
West
up.
Coast, man. These people are Canelo fanatics, man. You can't say a bad word. I
Hey,
go
I'm
to
not.
some of these other sites, man, where they cannot stand Canelo, and they want to see Billy Joe kick his ass in the first round.
Slow to
So
speak,
so
quick
that's
to
why,
listen,
man.
everybody.
That's why boxing to me is so beautiful
hate
because
Canelo
it's so
that much.
diverse.
Answer me one question, and then I'll say
The only way
something
to settle it is
otherwise.
in the ring, man.
Tell me a boxer in the last 24 months, and you can see Lomachenko had white privilege on his side. So it ain't just on. Name a boxer in the last 24 months who has done what Canelo's done. And I don't want to give him the credit. I'm looking at my contemporaries. Earl could have fought Keith. He could have fought a lot of niggas. And let's just hold up. They ducked him in the beginning, but when he became that man, everybody started calling him out because he was the highest paid dude in that division, and he's holding grudges in certain cases. This is going on in a lot of divisions.
Let me ask you a question, King Louis. Let me ask you a question. Okay.
Meanwhile, Canelo getting it done. What is he doing different from them?
Let me ask you a question. When you have the financial pulling power, and you brought up Errol, so I'll bring up somebody else.
You brought up
been
Earl.
undisputed before, yeah? Usyk's been undisputed. Usyk doesn't have the pulling power to go to heavyweight and say Tyson Fury fighting, AJ fighting, Wilder fighting. He doesn't have that. Whereas Canelo has the pulling power to go to any division and say fight me, and they fight him. So
Canelo has told his promoter, he's told Eddie he wants to get
Manny
things done.
Pacquiao, the closest comparison that you can put. You brought up Errol Spence when you brought up talking about these cats is ducking him, and I'm showing you in the last 24 months, Errol Spence could have fought anybody.
They're not doing it. They're not doing it. Canelo's keeping active, man. We know what Canelo's at. He's doing it right now. He is like the face of boxing.
Go ahead, King. Go ahead. Oh, King, go ahead, King.
This man, Earl, in the last 24 months could have fought Bud.
For sure, man. He blew it.
They don't want to make that
fight. Not fighting Bud.
I'm
not going against Earl because Earl doing the heavy lifting in the division. Let me finish.
I don't give a fuck.
Let me finish my point.
Yeah,
let me finish my point. I'm not saying nothing bad about Earl. I'm just saying, nigga, in the last 24 months, who in the fuck been doing what he did? You could say it's strategic. He's strategically moving, but he's doing it. And first thing I seen before he made this movement, because he was getting held back by these same power that some supposedly or these politics, he got Oscar the fuck out the picture. And ever since then, he been doing what the fuck he want to do. So the difference between I'm saying he was ready to fight and he had the clout and the money ready. These cats is getting the money, and what are they doing with it?
Hey King. Quick question for you, bro.
Go ahead.
Over the past 24 months, run down Canelo's opponents.
Man, I know he got Colbert. I know he got Kovalev. He just fought Smith. I know it wasn't Fielder. Who the fuck did he? What was his last fight at?
You can't even.
We got Yildirim.
Yeah, he fought Yildirim.
Let me say this real quick. Canelo's biggest wins were against Golovkin and Laura. Who else can you really remember that stood a chance against him?
It's not the opponent, it's the accolade he get. He going out the when Boo Boo moved from 154.
I'm not saying he.
I got you.
I understand the business side of what he's doing, right? But to me, when you want to be a great fighter, you have to fight the great fighters. So who else has he fought that's great, that was on his level? I believe only ones that were on his level or near his level was Golovkin and Laura. Laura, the fight, I believe he lost.
And some people
and the
say
other guy
nothing
is
Golovkin as
Mayweather,
well.
and Mayweather
Some
easily
people
schooled
say
him.
nothing Golovkin as well. Some people
I
say
got a
nothing.
question for
That's-
y'all. Who else can move like this right now in boxing?
Nobody.
What did you say?
Yes,
Nobody.
it is. Yes,
Nobody.
it is. Yes, it is. Tank
Earl.
Davis. Tank Davis.
Well,
What is
we have
Tank
in
going?
boxing
What is
right
Tank
now a
going
little
for?
bit
A
of a
fake ass
panic.
think
accolade?
We're
Hold on,
just coming
hold
out
on.
of
Let me
the
tell you.
Still
I'm gonna tell you.
pandemic.
Mayweather.
I'm
So
gonna tell you.
everything is
I'm
not
gonna
like
tell
it
you
was.
why.
Mayweather.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Tank drops the belt, moves to 135, fight Gamboa for a WBA regular. They call him a 2-time belt holder. And then when he fight motherfucking
What?
on Leo Santa Cruz, who
Louis.
moved up and fought for his
Louis.
belt, that he
Louis.
lost, but he dropped and he gets it back. What they call him, a 3-time champion. So
Wait.
what is he doing right now? He's getting ready to move up to 140. He ain't fighting no real champion, but they gonna call
Louis.
him a 4-divisional champion. He's
One
going for
second, please.
accolades.
One
Not the
second.
name.
One
Not the
second.
name.
Wait,
Same
one
thing
second.
Canelo doing.
1 second, Louis. 1 second.
Damn.
And I heard what he said. I heard what he said about Gervonta Davis. I heard that. But let me tell you something, bro. The mainstream public say that he's a 2-weight world champion. Hardcore boxing fans don't call him that. So if you
Same
call
thing
yourself a
with us.
hardcore boxing,
Same thing with us. We don't recognize no damn Rocket Fielding at 168 when they were trying to sit there and
so
say he
that's my
held 3
point,
belts
bro.
at the same
So
time. But
wait,
then you
wait,
just
you
say,
didn't
go
even let me
ahead,
finish.
go
You didn't
ahead,
even let me finish. You didn't even
go
let me
ahead.
finish.
You didn't let me
That's my
finish. You
point.
cut me off.
I apologize. I apologize. One second. My point was, as you said, we don't recognize Canelo for beating for Rocky Fielding being a one WBA champion.
I didn't.
Bro,
I didn't watch none of those fights.
And it was a
I'm not gonna lie, I
WBC
didn't
gold or
watch. I
some
didn't
shit.
care.
It was a WBC gold or some shit. Or a WBA regular or some shit. It wasn't no
exactly.
major belt.
So I
I don't even
don't
care
give
about
him credit
belts
to
anymore. I
say
don't
what
know.
James
I
said.
don't put no
But the
stock
same
in
thing,
belts.
I
I just
said
want to
the
see.
same way
I
they
want to see
moving
fighters
Canelo,
fight.
they moving Javante.
Belts.
He the mainstream media talking about he's the future Mayweather, all that. We say the shit too. But come on now.
Oh, yeah, I don't think it would never be
I
like
don't say
Mayweather.
that.
Fighting Mexicans. He ain't
I
fighting
don't say
niggas.
that.
He probably gonna fight a couple niggas. Then after that, I ain't fighting niggas no more. Bro, this a blueprint.
Hey, Jeff, you got
I
a
don't
whole bunch
say
of
that.
comments, bro. You gotta
This
get
a
to.
blueprint.
Yeah, let me run through these comments real quick. Canelo bring out the feistiness in everybody, boy. I
And
tell you.
Canelo
Hold
I'm
up.
not no Canelo fan, man.
He's the
I
he's
promise
the
I'm
best
not.
shit right now.
Yeah,
Man.
let me get through these real quick. Will Stokes, he said, nah, that's just an Asian thing. One of my bros is from the Philippines and his calves are a madness.
I'm not.
Luis
buying that.
Payan, what's going on, bro? What's good, family? Long time. Appreciate you jumping on. Will said, Shane, where you hear this about undisputed announcement? Shane, you get to that in a minute. Yeah, so we gonna touch on that in a minute. Brendan Jackson Canelo, if he doesn't break Saunders down into an eventual late stoppage, is probably gonna KO Saunders with something nasty early while Saunders is in the middle of punching. I don't see that either.
I see a 12-round fight. I see it definitely a 12-round.
You King, you see it going 12?
I see it going late before Canelo possibly could stop him if it's a stoppage. But yeah, I
Bruce,
see it
what you
going
think,
12.
bro?
I see it going
Bruce,
12.
what you think?
Yeah, I see that fight going. I'm going to say 9th round, 10th round, and when it stopped, I think Billy Joe might be ahead. Maybe not on the scorecards, but in our eyes. And I think he may get caught with some body shots, but I think he's going to give Canelo a lot of problems. And I just think he's going to run out of gas. I think Canelo's going to catch him late in the fight. That's the way I see it.
You think, Shane? You think it's going 12?
Yeah, definitely.
Think it's definitely going 12? Okay.
I think 12 too. I'll say 12 too.
Yeah,
I was just saying if it does happen, it's gonna be late. It ain't
it's gonna be late.
early.
It ain't gonna be nothing early. Yeah,
but I don't even see it late because Canelo is the smaller fighter, y'all. Let's not act like this man no damn 6 foot or no 5'9" or no. Man, this man tiny.
Hey man, you said he. Hold on, you said he got the best chemist in the business, man. I don't know.
And Billy Joe looks fantastic.
Billy Joe look like
I don't think none of those tricks is going to work. That's why I mean Billy already called this stuff out, so that's why I believe it's going 12. Ain't none of the underhanded stuff going to be going on in this fight. So I believe it's going to go 12, and I think Canelo's going to win off just pure aggression, while Billy running around the ring trying to avoid that big shot.
You think it's going to be a clear-cut decision?
No, I don't think so.
Canelo is good at cutting the ring off. He gonna get some good body
work
in.
We already
he gonna get some good body work in.
If he had a jab, he'd be a lot better at a jab. He'll be a monster with a jab. Like
Now, how
he got
about
some
if,
good.
how about
He's a
if the
pressure
fans are
fighter, bro.
disputing this? Should there be a rematch here, man?
Do I think it's going to be a rematch?
No,
Nah, I don't
depends
think
on
should there
what this
be?
fight is going to be.
Should there be?
There probably
If
won't be.
Canelo losing,
it's definitely going to be a rematch.
yeah,
But
yeah,
Billy ain't
Canelo,
going to honor that.
Blaze,
Canelo know all I gotta do is not get. Ain't nobody knocking out. This man ain't knocking out no Canelo.
And if it go to
The fuck?
12, it's definitely going Canelo because we know where the judges
yeah.
going with that.
Billy Joe got to either get a knockout or he gonna lose on the cards.
Because
Like it's
we went
really that
to, wait a minute. Y'all remember that he won the score on one of the judges' scorecards? He won and Mayweather fight. Y'all
Yeah.
It was a draw. It was a draw.
He had a draw.
It was a draw, brother. Well, it was a draw. You're right.
Yeah, but the thing that's most embarrassing about that is that judge still has a job.
Right.
But we not. But I digress though.
I wouldn't be surprised if they ain't judging this fight.
Yeah, let me get these comments. Luis says, I'm hoping Billy Joe Saunders gets fucked up for what he did to the drug addict lady in England a couple years back. Damn.
The woman leader, man. That's why I don't like him. Like,
Will Stokes, pretty sure they said Fury was able to slide out of that contract because of the amount of time that passed since Wilder had said anything or something.
Now, hold on. Let me say that, Rue. To that, man, people have been saying that we already know that, but they went to arbitration, so he wasn't able to just slide out that contract. They're still in arbitration, and if once you go to arbitration, and Deontay's going to win it. It's just no way you can get around that because you cannot void a contract due to natural disasters, man.
And they both was on both sides agreeing that they were gonna push it back. They both was on agreement. So
So now he's trying to buy Deontay Wilder out. And last time I heard it was almost $90 million. Tyson Fury ain't got $90 million. Period.
Yo, that I don't even buy that. Yo, like mathematically, that doesn't even make any sense. Some stuff I don't even really.
It would make sense if they say them getting all that dumb money.
Me and Shane got a bet that this fight, that Deontay Wilder versus Tyson Fury, will happen before Tyson Fury versus Joshua. Is that bet still on Shane? Or we with?
Well, we just need to put a number in it. We just need to put a number.
Whatever you want. I'm right there with you. Now, they said this fight going to be announced tomorrow. We're going to get a poster about a fight. I swear to God, I don't want to see no poster. I want to be able to buy a ticket to this fight.
Hold on, Shane. Hold on, Shane. The betting number can't be too big, man. Because if Blaze lose, man, I might have to lend him a couple dollars, man. That number gotta be low, bro. The number gotta be low.
I will give Shane. I will cash at this.
You know what, Shane. All right, you know what? We're going to talk about that off camera. We're going to come up with a bet. Hold on, Bruce. You want in on this, Bruce? You want in on this?
No, man. Go ahead.
You don't want in on this? Hey,
sure. You know what? Tell me, man. I had to take a step out for a second. What did I miss?
Oh no, you good. We'll talk about that off camera. Let me get through the rest of these comments. Jaguar, he said, types of Fury and Billy Joe Saunders are the ones talking all this loud shit, and Tyson Fury be saying that there was a gypsy spell going on. Is that what they're really relying on to win? Probably so. He said, not types of Fury. I meant Tyson Fury. He said, yo, you guys see that Boo Boo is there supporting Billy Joe Saunders.
I'm glad he is, bro.
I'm glad. I'm happy.
Man, that's retarded, bro. No, it's not. Like, don't these niggas got beef with each other? Didn't Billy Joe supposed to duck Boo Boo?
No, but to keep it real, bro, there's more chance Billy Joe Saunders fighting Boo than Canelo. Because Canelo's
trying to kiss Canelo's ass to get that fight, y'all. That's all.
I don't understand it. Why is it always that one guy that everybody avoids? Nobody wants to fight that one guy. It's Boo Boo or Turns. It's always somebody.
Blaze, I don't know if you know this. Canelo said it this week, bro. He will rather fight everyone. He said he'll rather fight everyone other than Andrade. Ask Jeff. He said it this week.
The one out of
man, I'm from
I don't think Sean Porter scared of
about 25 miles from me, man. And I can tell you why he's not fighting.
Hold on, Bruce. Hold on. Say that again, Bruce.
Yeah,
I can't hear you.
Demetrius Andrade, man. He lives about 25 miles from me. I'm from Rhode Island myself. And
okay.
Very, very laid back guy. It's all of the fights that he's had been signed have fallen apart. he's just been having so much trouble, man. And he told me that he's got in his contract, he can cross the street, he can fight an Aram fighter, he can fight he can go over to
PBC.
to PBC, exactly. He's not restricted.
I hear all this stuff. That's what I'm talking about, man. I want you
But
to get in
the problem with him is,
ring.
man, he's too laid back. He's a kickback
That's-
kind of a
He
cat.
don't
The
want
whole-
Hey,
it.
can I
He
say this,
don't
G5?
want it.
I just want
That's
to
Hey,
say
on
Bruce.
him.
something,
That's
G5.
on him.
Go
That's
ahead,
his
go ahead,
piece.
King. Go
That's
ahead.
on him.
Hey, what's
Go ahead,
Burberry
Ken.
name of?
It is on him, man. And
Burberry on the
He's
pink sweater. What's your name?
mid-30s. He knows that.
Oh, that's Blaze. That's Blaze.
Hey,
Blaze.
Blaze.
What's good?
Hey, this King Louis, Blaze. Hey, Blaze. You said Terrence Crawford, one of them fighters that's getting ducked, right?
Mm-hmm. I believe
I
so.
think I know it's the politics. You heard what Sean Porter came out and said?
It's definitely
Yeah, I heard it.
politics
I
too.
heard
Oh, guys, I know Sean Porter ain't scared of no motherfucking Terrence
Yeah.
Crawford if he was fighting like that, as big as he was. Like,
You want to, hey, King? Can I add on to what you said, brother?
Go ahead. I'm gonna put the name on it. It's our fault.
I was getting ready to say, bro,
It's
the
our
reason why Terrence Crawford is not getting a big fight is because of Al, and I'm
Don't
gonna tell
wanna
you
do
why.
Jennifer Bob.
And he don't.
And that's
It
on
is
him.
bigger than that. It's bigger than that, bro. The thing is,
You got 41 comments.
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn right now. I gotta get my point across, man. Then I'm gonna get to these 41 comments.
Well, I'm
But
fine.
But the thing that's crazy, yo, is the reason why Al doesn't want to do business with Bob right now is because Bud contract is going out next year. I mean, the end of this year. So why split half? Why split half? Right? Why split
Bud
half
ain't
for the
finna have
purse?
that belt though.
Huh?
Bud ain't finna have that belt, man. Y'all out y'all mind. That man ain't escaping top rank with that belt. What they just do?
But
we
they
ain't
can't
gonna get the
drop. They
fight?
can't drop him from. They can't drop him for the title for no
They gonna
reason.
force to the mandatory, and while he's still there, they ain't gonna let him fight him, and then they gonna script him. He ain't
Who
got
the
They
mandatory?
did that. They did that with
Virgil Ortiz is the
Virgil Ortiz.
mandatory now.
It was. It
Oh yeah,
was.
he is.
future.
He is. He is.
It was.
Yeah. So even if he don't fight him,
Sean
they can
Porter,
put it
and they
like
moved
make this
Virgil
man
Ortiz.
fight somebody, then call this mandatory and be like, well, you didn't fight your mandatory. You had this much amount of time and shit, and you chose this dude. Like, bro, y'all never told me this, and take it from him. It's
They
Bob
did that.
Arum's belt.
They did that to Zerdo Ramirez, King. They did that to
Let
Zerdo
me say
Listen,
Ramirez.
hold
something
up,
real
man.
quick.
Come on,
I
man.
don't really give a goddamn about belts no more. That shit don't even. I don't care no more. Just get in the ring and fight who you're supposed to be fighting. That's on your level. I don't want to see you beating up tomato cans every other fight. Fight these. The best should be fighting the best. I don't care about the title.
And
I
we
don't
got
care about the politics. We got to deal with it. We have no choice because we don't have no power in the say so and all that. But the real bottom line is these fighters need to get in the ring and fight each other.
Yo, hold on. Blaze, I gotta get through my 41 comments. Like Shane said,
Yeah,
hold on. Will Stone said, yeah, Louis, that was really, really messed up. I think Billy Joe Saunders is actually pretty likable in a lot of senses, but sometimes he does some pretty terrible things. I think you hit the nail on.
Billy Joe Saunders neither. I don't like.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Billy Joe Saunders.
Because he's on
Beast
steroids,
Killer,
man.
he said, hater channel, I just unsubscribed. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. You should never be anywhere where you don't want to be. So, hey, yo, that's the same dude that said we haters, but we all said that. Wow. That's crazy.
I don't understand what anybody in here is hating on, man. That's
nobody's
kind of
hating on nothing. I'm like,
back,
this
man.
is, yo,
This
you know
is
the
stuff
thing that's
that
crazy?
happened.
I'm like,
It's
there's so many
documented.
people that's sensitive when it comes down to the sport of boxing, and it's supposed to be a combat sport, but people don't want to have a combat conversation. I don't understand that shit.
Well, you know what it is, dude. It's
What's
beta
up?
males, man. The alpha males are not in this sport like they were.
I know it's a bunch of alpha males in this goddamn live. I know that much.
I know
That's a fact.
They
That's a
Instagram
fact.
models in boxing now, man.
That's-
It's boxers
that's a
/
fact.
Instagram models.
Ain't no Ryan Garcia's up in this live. I'll tell you that
Oh
much.
God, I agree with you on that, Blaze.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hold on. Let me get through these real quick. He said anyone can become a pro. What is he talking about? Davidian Simmons. He said no stealing.
I ain't get that.
Hold on.
These guys watching the same show we're doing.
I don't know. I don't know what they watching. What the fuck is this dude on?
Hey,
I don't know what he on either, bro.
I know what they were talking about when I was on that talking about the fuck supporting this bullshit. I ain't supporting shit that ain't worth shit.
It's crazy.
I hope Big Billy Joe wins. Brendan Smith, what's going on with you, player? Emily Anamone. I probably butchered that last name, but I appreciate you being on. For the first time, I want to see Canelo win. Go figure. I agree predominantly with the talking point, though. Brendan Jackson, fan of the sport, perfect answer. Howard saying he'd be interested in a mega fight where Earl equate to being a fraud. That's for you, Shane. That's for you, Shane. Go ahead, Shane.
In the interview, they asked him, would he fight Benavidez? He said yes. And Jeff backed me up on this. He said, would he fight Caleb Plant? He said yes. He said, would you fight Charlo? He said yes. Then he asked him, would you fight Errol Spence? He said, if the fans want to see it, I will make the fight. Then they asked him, would you fight Andrade? He said, no, I have other plans. Tell me now how that's just it. How does this guy get away with doing that? This guy said
he would fight these guys. He's not fighting them though. You can say you can want to fight them all day long. I want to see you fight them. Don't tell me you want to fight them. You can make it happen. He's not under contract with Daz or anybody else. He's a free agent. He's able to fight who he wants, just like Pacquiao is. So I don't want to fight.
Blaze and King. 1 second.
Oh, I just got one question. Why why SM said send him a link?
Oh, why some say send him a link? Yo, I got hold on. Let me run through these real quick because I got people. Hold on. When Canelo failed the VADA test was when I lost most respect for his abilities. Yeah, I mean it's
they changed the
crazy.
VADA test for him too.
My bro, Mike Patterson in the building. Mike, what's going on, bro?
They got the VADA test changed. It wasn't even a VADA test. I don't think that was VADA that tested. That's the only VADA test he ever did was for the Floyd Mayweather fight.
Who, Canelo?
Yeah, he just the regular drug test.
Yeah. Hold on. Major Players Entertainment, Canelo via KO tomorrow night. That is all. Will Stokes, hey yo, I was joking when I said that Canelo loses 100%. I'm definitely picking Canelo by decision, but I think BJS got a good chance. Emily said Crawford is my guy. Come on.
Emily,
Canelo needs to start fighting opponents with titles, ideally in their physical prime. He's great at waiting fighters out and letting them get aged and faded. They used
but the thing about that, he's aging at the same time. How old is Canelo now?
30.
Yeah,
30.
I'm about to say he's not getting younger. So how much longer are you going to keep waiting to fight these fighters?
Yo, hold on. I'm about to do something unprecedented. All these comments, I swear I'm gonna get to y'all after the goddamn live. It's too many. It's too many. Hold on. Where was YSM at, yo?
He was somewhere.
Oh, all right. I see him. I'm gonna text it to his phone.
If you want me to read some, I mean, I ain't got no problem reading a couple comments for you.
Hold on, brother. Can you click on them, bro? Well, Shane, you click on them and just let.
I can't click on them because I'm not on the same device. That's what I was saying. Like I would have clicked on them normally.
Okay, well I'll just click on it. Hold on. Go ahead, Blaze. Go ahead.
Really, Canelo fighters age washed up versions of great fighters. Right, Emily? She ain't speaking of facts. I like her. I like her a lot.
Yeah, she all right with me. Go ahead, bro.
Emily, who is your favorite fighter at 160 to 168?
To be fair, to answer that question, the only fight I want to see at 160 and at 160 is Charlo versus Andre. To be fair, anybody else, I don't care.
Because it's right about Spence. I don't even know what some of these comments be so late on them.
They so old, you see, they so late.
The last 24 months logic makes sense. To me, and true, man, other fighters have been cherry picking. I'm sorry to say that. Yeah, that's what the fight is. I mean, it is what it is.
That was my whole point.
Imagine this, yeah? Imagine this. Imagine AJ and Wilder were both supposed to be undisputed. And AJ goes, you know what? I don't want to fight Wilder. I want to fight Liam Smith. Does that sound logical? Even though Liam Smith is 3 or 5 weight classes.
I'm tired of imagining. I want to just start like this. I want boxing to go.
He's saying that, but he did that. Like Canelo did it. He did it. Boo Boo had the title at 154. He wanted that Canelo smoke. Canelo talking about moving up. Boo Boo moved up first, dropped his title. Canelo stayed down and fought Liam, who picked it up. No cap.
But that's my point, bro. That's my point. Canelo said instead of fighting Andrade, he'll fight Spence, who's 3 weight classes below. Could you imagine if any other fighter done that?
Yo, you know the thing that's crazy? You know the thing that's crazy?
Boo Boo did
Shane
it. I
and
gave
King.
him criticism for it.
Shane and King, y'all saying the same thing in 2 different ways.
Oh,
y'all making the same point in
That's
2 different
all I'm
ways. That
saying.
shit is funny. Yeah, y'all making the same point.
Hey,
Y'all saying
I'm not for Canelo, but I'm just saying, look at the landscape, my guy. Look what it's weighing against. It's still better because everybody else doing it.
Though. I got a solution. We should just do a schedule like the NFL. Beginning of the year, you're supposed to fight this, that, and that. You stick to your schedule. Win, lose, or draw. You got Shane worry about his.
Ideally, that would be great, and a tournament in every division would
Jamel
be
is going to be fighter of the year.
Not going to happen.
Jamel going to be fighter of the year.
If you back out, you lose. You're done. That's pretty much.
Well, you see, in the NFL, you got one commissioner. In boxing, every fighter has their own.
The Wild West.
There are just too many promoters, managers.
Promoters. Too many people got their hand in the pot, man.
Exactly. So you're never going to get that ideal situation like a schedule or a tournament. It's just not going to happen. That's the sad situation boxing's in today, man. That's why I'm so fucking pissed at it. I come from a generation where we were spoon-fed title fights for free every weekend, Saturday, Sunday afternoons, man. Tuesday night fights for 15 years, Friday night fights. And now they're giving us shit and they're expecting us to pay $50 for it. Motherfucker, I'm sorry, man, but it's just it's killing boxing. And if I didn't love boxing so much, I wouldn't even pay any attention to it. It's gone down so far, boy.
I'm right with him. I have to agree with every letter of that.
That's why as fans, and I say this all the time, as fans, I don't go by what the mainstream says or what the promoters say. That's why when I judge when I judge a fight on where they rank or who they are or how good they are, I judge them on my own standards and the standards that I've set. So when I'm judging someone like Canelo, I'm not judging him on what the general consensus is. I'm judging him on what I see.
Right.
Well, see, we didn't have to judge them back then because they made it so easy. They fought each other, and they judge it for themselves. And now we have to argue who's better, Crawford or EJ. I mean,
I gotta remember, Shane didn't watch a lot of the fights that we watched when we were children, man. He grew up in a different age of boxing than we did.
Yeah, but I'm still growing up right now, man.
No, he said Shane. No, he said Shane, Bruce.
No,
he said Shane.
Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry.
No, he's talking about Shane.
My brother Shane.
Yeah.
Yeah, Shane.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He didn't watch the fights we were privileged to watch. Through Manila and a lot of these fights where the best were fighting the best. You didn't have all these stupid contract disputes and guys not wanting to fight. Literally, when have you ever seen a boxer get in the ring and walk out of the ring because he didn't want to fight a guy? Like
that was funny. That was funny. I remember that too. I actually want to interview that dude. I'm gonna find his ass. Yo, I'm gonna solve this.
I know it was money.
I've heard people who actually back that guy.
Bruh, even with that logic, hold on. I just got this one thing, Shane. Even with that logic you use in being a boxing fan, I mean, they still ain't doing what Canelo doing.
He was sitting there to get knocked the fuck out. That's all he was there for.
I think I can name fighters that's doing what Canelo's done.
I'm talking about right now, currently. Yeah, we ain't stacking him all time, pound for pound. Go ahead.
I can.
We always get off these comments.
If we're talking about as a career, me personally.
No, he said right now. He said right now. He said right now.
Pound for pound right now.
Right now, I can agree. Right now, it's based on your career. It's not, you can't just isolate 12 months. You got to look at their whole entire career. You can't isolate.
But that was the question.
I'm saying right now, not all time. Right, I'm talking about pound for pound right now. Right now, it's Canelo. Who got a better career than Canelo right now? Because listen, you got to look at the accolades. Manny Pacquiao.
In my opinion, if you're looking at career, based on career, I don't think Canelo has the best career. My opinion. I don't think so.
Manny Pacquiao got the best one, but is he still fighting like that? Is he 1 foot in, 1 foot out?
In my personal opinion, if they were both to retire right now, Canelo has never beaten the best in the division. Never.
No,
he
we
can't
all
be the
know
best.
that. We've been saying that all live. We've been saying that.
So then how can he be the best?
Has
If you've
man,
never beaten the best in the division, how can he be the best?
Because boxing is so watered down.
has Manny ever beat the best in the division?
What weight class? In what weight class has he beaten the best in the division?
In any weight class. I
In what weight
don't count Booger Sugar.
I'm old.
Yo,
The
come
only
on,
three
man.
fighters, like I said, I gave y'all the three
King,
fighters
hold
that
on, real
he
quick.
stepped up and tried to fight and show he was a
Yeah.
supreme boxer.
Hey,
And
hey, Blaze, hold on real
one,
quick.
he lost. Two, he won by the other one he won by decision that I feel he lost. And you know, everybody know about the Triple G trilogy. I mean, fight. So that's the only three fights that ever stuck out to me when it comes to Canelo. I don't really give a shit about him knocking out tomato cans and shit like that. I don't care.
Yo,
That's
hold on real quick, y'all. Hold on real quick. I'm gonna solve this comment issue real quick. So this following message is for, and this some CEO shit right here, right? Brendan Jackson, Emily, Mike Patterson. Who else is in here? Jaguar. Who else? YSM. I'm about to text you in a second. Davidian Simmons. I'm gonna drop the link in for the chat right now. Y'all comments are so old, I can't refresh them. I'd rather just invite y'all on than read all this shit. All right. So, all right, I just put it in the chat. Let me send this to YSM real quick, and I know he gonna want to talk to Shane. I already know that, but
Jeff,
yeah. But
so the point of what King Louis was saying, I'm not even trying to disagree with what King Louis is saying, because as you said, me and King Louis saying the same thing. But I'm just looking at it from a career perspective. I don't think he has the best career. That's what I'm saying.
I can say this: Floyd Mayweather is the greatest pound for pound fighter, because if you take that style Floyd had, take the style. It's not he can go up; it's the style. If you take that style and put that on a heavyweight, the shit he was doing, pound for pound. I say Terrence Crawford,
most people don't
Floyd
agree with
Mayweather.
me.
You're saying?
I'm saying the style.
I
The
agree with him.
style.
Right. I agree with this. Most people don't agree with this when I say this. To me, Floyd was the best boxer of all time to me. Nobody's above him to me. When it comes to my opinion, career-wise, what he's done, how he's changed the sport, that's always been that way with me. It's been Mayweather and everybody else.
Now, how far do you go back? Are you talking about modern fighters?
I'll go back Ali. I'm talking back Ali.
All right, go back to, you're going back to the 60s then.
Yeah, I'm going overall in the sport of boxing. Period.
Sugar Ray Robinson against Floyd.
No, I'm not saying that he's
at welterweight.
I'm talking about overall. Just a overall boxer.
Overall boxer.
Well, see, I always go when I go pound for pound. I always compare the fighters how they do against each other. That personally, because that's why these pound for pound lists are so subjective that mine's not right, yours isn't right. They're both right.
About your opinion.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Yeah, some people make them. Some people different criterias. Some people go for how many titles they won, how many champions they fought. You know,
we said that in the live before, Jeff. Remember when we were talking about how judge fight? It's all about how you watch the fight.
You know how that mythical title was created.
It's very subjective.
Yeah, very. Yeah, go ahead, Bruce. Go ahead, bro.
By Sugar Ray Robinson, man. Sugar Ray Robinson was considered pound for pound, but Joe Louis was the heavyweight champ. Obviously, they never fight, so that argument went on forever.
That's where it started.
Exactly, that's where it started.
I would have took Sugar Ray over Joe Louis all day.
And so that was the argument, if they were both the same size. So therefore, the pound for pound myth came on. And well, how about the second one? And so we had the top 10 pound for pound. And it's been going on forever. And I love it because nobody's right, nobody's wrong. And if you make sense with it, if you can rationalize your list,
that's what makes it great.
It's as good as
I'll say you're wrong if you put heavyweights on that motherfucker. Just being honest. Because it was meant. Go ahead.
Hey, King. I don't understand why people don't like to put heavyweights in the darn pound for pound conversation.
Because they the best fighters. They'll whip all them smaller weights.
Mike Tyson is in my top 10, I would say.
That's the only thing I can think of because his style, because it was power and with grace a little bit with it, with his head work. It was a style other than it was dangerous. I look
Mike
at it as
Tyson.
style
Oh,
because
yeah,
if you
yeah.
saying if you just trying to say a fighter and shit like that, that's why I'm stacking with
That's a good idea
Canelo.
for a live with
But if
everybody.
I'm
Everybody come
going
up
with
with their top
style
10 pound for
wise,
pound.
Crawford's the number one pound for pound fighter in boxing right now, style
To
wise.
me,
But
yeah.
accolades, the way
Yeah.
these cats and ESPN try to put down the people that sit here and put their O's beside their records going down. All
Yeah,
I
you
can do is
talking
tell like
about
a grandpa always go there. I recognize that point and then bring up the point of the old stuff. I know
I ain't never
they
seen
it
people
was
mess
Jackie
like
Robinson, not Jackie, who was Smokey Robinson, the old
Sugar Ray
school
Robinson.
military, Sugar Ray Robinson, old school military dude went like won over 100 some fights and
Dude, the guy was
went
90-0 before he lost his first fight
yeah.
to Jake LaMotta. 3 weeks
Say
later,
hi.
he avenged that loss.
Say
And of
hi to
course, he had a
everybody.
fight in
Wow,
between.
yeah.
What's up, little
Say
man?
hi to everybody. Say
Definitely
hi.
watch that fight. Who's that little man?
Say hi, everybody.
Hey, little man.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
sweetheart.
Let's get to
What,
some of these
yeah,
comments a
what I
little bit,
would
Jeff.
say though,
'Cause you got
what I
a
would
bit
say is when you're talking about, again, you got Bruce in the chat, and Bruce, you can tell he's definitely from, most of you guys are from the old school. So
Right.
I probably am the only one who represents the new school.
Right.
And when I say this in the sense that I feel like everybody likes to hold on to an error, and that's perfectly fine because
honestly, no, I don't. It's not. I
No,
move on.
I don't either, man.
Wait. But, and I'm not even saying this era is, I'll definitely not say this era is better than last era, because last era you actually got to see fights, actually got to see top fighters. But
Right.
I feel like a lot of people judge fighters before their career is out. So you don't know what they might achieve when their career is over. You
I
see
was
my
going to say
point?
that a few minutes earlier. You
But
can't
it's
judge a fighter
easy.
till his career's over.
It's easy to tell by the way, like once, like with the Floyd Mayweather rule, they won and done. Once you lose that, like certain
Yeah.
fighters, like when Laura lost, how many people were knocking at his door to fight him? That's a tough risk with a little ass reward.
Yeah. Hold on. Hold on. Hey, King,
Let me
hold on just
respond
a
to
second.
Shane real quick. Let me respond
Hold
to
on,
Shane
Blaze.
real quick.
Hold on. We got another guest in the building. Hold on, Blaze. Hold on, Blaze. We got my bro Boxing Learner in the building. Boxing Learner, what's going on, player?
What's up, bro?
Ain't nothing, man. You want to get in on this real quick? Go ahead.
Now
What's
let
up?
Blaze respond. Let Blaze respond first. Let Blaze, because he's gonna forget.
Oh, you know what? Yeah. Hey, Boxing Learner,
I'm
hold on
gonna
for just a
let it
second.
go,
Blaze,
but-
go ahead. Do your thing. Blaze, do your
No,
thing, and then Boxing
without-
Learner jump in.
All
Go
right.
ahead,
What I was
please.
saying was, not that I'm saying I'm holding on to my era. I love my era of boxing, but when it comes to the boxing nowadays, it's so watered down, and it's just I'm so sick of it. It just turned me off from boxing. I love boxing. Period. No way that's ever going to change. I don't hold these fighters to the standards of my generation because it's a totally different generation. And when it comes to my generation, a lot of stuff we wouldn't even have known about. If you weren't reading a Ring magazine, you wouldn't know what's going on behind the scenes back in my day. So when
That's
it comes to this new stuff, so it's more information going around, more people aware about what's going on. So that's what turns me off from this like, because everybody, I say they are boxers / Instagram models now. It's not about boxing anymore. It's about clout chasing, all these other dumbass
Hold
words
up.
I don't
Oh
know.
yeah.
Hey,
There
hold
was
on.
only one way to get your information back then, man. You know that was
Yeah.
those magazines. Let me just tell you a quick funny story about those.
Go ahead.
My wife was doing some spring cleaning last week. She
Mhm.
pulled out this magazine from the 80s. I think it was a KO, and I'm like, wow. And she pulls out another one,
Me
and
back
she
right there.
brings out a box of them. Anyway, before the cleaning job was over, we got 200 boxing magazines: Ring, KO, Boxing Illustrated, all the way from about the early 80s to the mid 90s.
I
And
used
they're
to
in as
keep a
good a
KO
condition as you
picture
could.
of Bernard
They're not
Hopkins on my
individually
wall.
wrapped, but they're as good a condition as you could get them if you just stuck them in the closet for 20 years.
Shane got a nice stash of magazines as well.
Well, dude, I'm
Why
telling
you
you, back in the day, that was the only way you got your
That was the
information
only
about
way.
boxing.
For me.
Yeah.
Right. That was
And
That's a
and it was
fact.
usually about 3 months old when you got it too. But it
Yeah.
wasn't like we're so pampered with the internet today, man. You can
Yeah.
fight in Asia, and we're gonna hear about it in California. because we're in the information era, and I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse for boxing.
I think
What do you
it's
think?
both.
It's both. It's both.
Box and learner,
It
what's
makes
good?
you because it really shows you where these boxers and where these
Yeah.
promoters are at, man. And first
Can you imagine
know
Don
how
King
Don
getting
King
away
was
with what he
robbing
did
people.
today?
Yeah, Don
Yeah,
King.
Don
He would have got
King-
away with it because Bob Arum getting away with it. What are you talking about?
Well, see, Bob Arum is definitely in the
Bob Arum,
information age.
Don King gave us fights though.
Oh
Yeah.
man, Don
At the
King,
expense of the
Don
fighter.
King well, no matter
Wouldn't
what
never
he
get away
did,
with
the
it.
We got that
bottom
going
line
on
was
in the
he gave
UFC
us
with
the
Dana
best
White.
fights in the world, the best
That's
cards in
Don
the world.
King. Dana
Yo,
White,
I
Don
know-
Don
King
King.
broke now, right?
Hey,
Why?
King.
I know,
King,
whatever
let me-
Don
but
King
Brazil
did, if
got
I were
that break.
God, I'd forgive Don
Hey,
King.
yeah, let's hear from Deborah.
Don
Hey,
King
yo,
Just for the
broke.
cards he put
He ain't
on,
had that
man.
prestige.
Hold on.
Yeah, you got a place in heaven, my brother.
Yo, hold on. Let me get this comment out the way, and then I gotta get Boxing Learner up in here. The thing that's crazy about the era back then versus now, like the promoters would actually throw fighters under the bus to give us great fights. Like, and it goes to the Don King point. Like Don King would throw his fighters. Like when Tyson didn't want to sign with Don King just signed every other heavyweight.
Yeah.
So he had to deal with him. Like it was either deal with him or get froze out. So I think that's the difference now between the promoters back then and the promoters now. The promoters back then, they will literally throw fighters underneath the bus. But you knew you was gonna get great fights. You
It's
knew
Ali,
Don
yeah.
King get you some gold.
Well,
Don-
dude,
Don
it was
King
an
did some shit,
exciting
but Don
time
King
when
gave you
Don
some
King was
gold, though.
putting
It's
those
the
fights on,
Ali
man.
That's
Act.
because
It's the
the fighters
Ali.
wanted
The
to fight
Ali
each
Act
other.
came in. It forced them to pay them, and ever since the Ali Act, this is what we got: the business.
Yeah, for sure. Let me get Boxing Learner up in here. Boxing Learner, go ahead and cook up, bro.
What was the question?
Hey, we talking whatever. What you want to talk about, good brother?
Just get to the comments. We got plenty of questions in the comment for him.
Hey,
Okay.
see that comment right there? Roberto Duran, Sugar Ray Leonard,
Those
Thomas
are my
Hearns.
fights, right? Those are my
Now,
favorite
dude, let me
fights, right?
No, he
just
said
tell you
all
one
of them
thing. Let me
beat
just tell you
Floyd.
one thing those three fighters have in common, and these fighters today should pay attention. These fighters never signed a long-term contract with a promoting outfit. They all fought short-term contracts, and they all fought the best. They all fought each other, and they all made a lot of money.
The truth is, Bruce, promoters aren't as lenient as they was before. Do you think
Dude, the
Bob
promoters
Arum is gonna
have to work for the
one second,
fighters,
one
not the
second,
other
one
way
second.
around.
Do you think that Bob Arum is gonna let a fighter sign a short-term deal? I've seen Bob Arum do some ruthless things to guys. He weren't
Because
doing
these
that to guys.
fighters are not the alpha males they once were, man. They're not putting their foot down.
And
You
they
think
coming
Sugar
in
Ray
from the
Leonard, Thomas
Olympics, man.
Hearns,
This
and
what it
Roberto
is. Bob
Duran
Arum,
would listen to Bob Arum tell them who to fight and when to fight?
If
Bob
you put
Arum,
your foot down, you get iced out. That happened to
No,
Bob
no,
Arum
no,
is
you
in the
don't, man.
Olympics,
If you're
and then the
popular,
amateur up here
enough and you're
recruiting
tough
these
enough,
young
you're not going to
talents
get
and getting
asked
them
out.
young, bro. That's where he getting them at now. He getting niggas who really need that money, bro. They ain't getting paid in the amateurs.
That's what it really comes down to. Like these promoters are offering these long-term contracts because they throwing a lot of bread up front. Now I know back then they weren't throwing a whole lot of bread up front, but what they was promising you was fights where you were going to get a lot of bread. So the dynamic was a little bit different back in the day compared to now. So you take like a Shakur Stevenson or something like that. They're gonna sign somebody like Shakur to a long ass contract and just offer him a lot of money up front. And what the fighters is going to do is they're going to sign that because they want that big term money right up front. So a lot of these fighters are not smart. They're not smart. They're not thinking about it like, damn, if I fight 5 great fights, like that might lead me to 10 more fights after my prime. You know what I'm saying? Where Keyshawn Davis.
He's on the Canelo undercard right now. He pulled out the Olympics and took the money.
He pulled out the
Devin Haney took the money, but he was at least a little smart with his business. Other than that, you can't say that for a lot of these fighters. He taking them young. Devin Haney got his daddy keeping him from doing that dumb shit. A lot of these niggas taking the money.
So why?
Hold on, Brendan Jack. Hold on, Blaze. Hold on, Blaze. Brendan, we just gonna I'm gonna take a comment, and then I'm gonna let Boxing Learner run with it, and then we got Brendan Jackson in the building. I'm gonna let them two run with it. Brendan Jackson said Crawford isn't number 1. Boxing Learner, we gonna start with that. Boxing Learner, you think Bud Crawford's number 1 pound for pound right now, brother?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Who you got number one?
Sure.
Who?
Going out. I can't hear.
Do something that he's doing.
Boxing learner, you going out, baby?
Because anyway. Oh, I think Canelo.
You think Canelo
right
number
now.
one?
But I think that.
Okay.
Yeah, but if Terrence could get that Spence fight, if he beats Spence, I think he'll be number one.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Hold on. We got Brendan Jackson in the building. What's going on, good brother?
What's up with it, man? How y'all doing? I see y'all got some good boxing talk.
What's up, brother?
Oh man, we doing what we do over here, good brother. And since you made the comment, I'm gonna let you go ahead and cook on your own comment. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, pretty much, man. Y'all pretty much touched on it earlier, but yeah, like Canelo's resume, who he's fought within the past like 2 years, his activity, especially his activity. Like I really don't see a good case for Crawford other than his past accolades, being undisputed at 140 and the few people that he's fought at 147. So definitely gonna have a case of being.
Can I ask you a question, Brandon Jackson? Can I ask you a question? In what weight class has Canelo beaten the best? In what weight class? Please tell me.
In the best, 160 for sure. 160 for sure.
Who in 160 did he beat?
He beat Triple G. Unless you're gonna say at the time that Triple G wasn't the best middleweight, the most dangerous middleweight.
Who in this chat thought Golovkin beat Canelo?
Say that one more time.
I thought Triple G won the first fight.
I thought Triple G
I
won
believe
both
Glover
of them.
won the first fight. I ain't gonna hold
Well,
I think Triple G won both of them.
I got Triple G winning. I
Think the
got
second
Canelo
fight.
winning the second. I got Canelo winning the second, but still, I thought Triple G won the first though. No stunts.
Hey, regardless if he loses or wins, that's still a good body.
Wait a goddamn minute. Hold up. Everybody.
No.
Wait a goddamn minute. Wait a minute. We got a young lady in the building. God damn it. Hold on. I'm about to put all y'all on mute. Hold up. Wait a minute. Clear the floor. Hold up.
This the first
Emily, is that you?
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about. Yo, listen, the channel, the first woman ever on the channel.
Really?
Emily, absolutely. Emily, you know what? Listen. Now, everybody that's been on this show, I done rolled the red carpet out for everybody. I think everybody agree with that. Brendan Jackson just got on Tuesday?
Like 2
Brendan,
days ago?
2 days ago, did I not roll the red carpet out for you, brother?
Man, it was pretty red. I'll say that.
Okay, all right. Listen, hold up. Hey, King, did we not cook up on your channel for about a good 4 hours?
Man, we went in, bro. Hey, do your thing.
All right. Okay, Bruce goes. You know you already got the green light when you come in, right?
Popping my cherry. I feel like I'm right at home.
Shane, his family. And my man Blaze, his family. Am I forgetting anybody else? I ain't forgetting nobody else. So Emily, you have the floor. What would you like to talk about?
Whatever is going on currently. I was enjoying the conversation quite a bit.
Okay, so
Well, can I say something? 1 second, Jim.
Go ahead.
Whoever's listening, this is just proof, innit? You literally can just be in the chat and you'll get put on. This is just proof. Is this the first time you've been on a show?
On this one?
Yeah, first time.
I used to do a lot of Mike Montero's streams as well, but that's about it as far as boxing goes.
No, I mean it's the first time you've watched us, like our channel.
Yes, it is. Yeah,
so she's Mrs. G5 Jeff TV of the show. I'm gonna make that clear. Yeah, I'm putting a ring on it like right now. Listen. Okay, so Terrence Crawford isn't number one. Emily, do you agree or disagree with that?
Are you really gonna do this? Okay.
I asked you what topic you wanted.
I do.
You were picking another topic?
I like Crawford. Crawford's up there for me. I'm sorry, he is.
See, I agree with that.
Is he number one though? I ain't saying he ain't up there. I say he ain't number one.
Agree. He's definitely I think he's number one. Hold on,
they're going to
Emily,
hate on the resume, of course. They're going to hate on the resume. However, he's stuck in the same loop Golovkin was stuck in. Who's going to fight him when he's in his prime?
I don't even think Canelo's number 2. I'll keep it real. I don't even think Canelo's number 2.
Shane, hold on, brother. Where do you have Canelo on your list, brother?
3.
Level 3. You have Usyk
number 2.
You think you have Usyk number 2? Hold on, now
You
this
have
is hold
to
on, hold on.
You have
Hold
to
on.
beat the best in
That's
the division.
blasphemous.
Hold on,
That's
hold on, hold on.
blasphemous.
Hold
I'll
on.
put a
Shane,
Louis. I'll put
hold
a
on. Hey,
Louis up
King,
there
King.
before I put
Hold on, y'all.
Usyk.
Hold up. Listen, I talk to Shane every single day, right? I talk to Shane every single day. I think this might be the first time. If he said this to me before, I don't remember. I don't remember him ever saying Usyk was number 2. So I need Shane to actually explain that.
Wait, hold up. You said Usyk's your number 2 pound for pound?
Pound for pound. This is the first time I've heard that. I don't know, Shane. Is that the first time you
on
told
your
me that?
own island on that one, bro.
I
don't need no one to
I
defend
need for
me.
Shane to explain that. I need for Shane to explain that. I need for you to
For
explain
you to
that.
be in my pound for pound, for you to be in my pound for pound list is very simple. Or
Okay.
even up there, you have to beat the best in the division. The majority here said that Canelo's supposedly best fight was against Golovkin, and
G5, let
all
me
of us
get
said
him.
he lost at least one fight. So he didn't beat the best in the division, or conclusively beat the best in the division.
Hey, Shane.
1 second, I ain't finished.
I gotta ask you one question though, just off what you said about Canelo. Who the fuck Usyk beat?
Okay, let me explain. I'm about to explain.
The
If
best
you
at
don't know this,
cruiserweight
1
in one
second,
division.
you asked me a question, so I'll answer the question. If you don't know the cruiserweight division, then you ask that question.
I know,
He
gas
beat everyone at cruiserweight. That's what he done. He beat everyone at cruiserweight. He beat every single body at cruiserweight. Everyone.
Usyk did
One by one.
cruiserweight, yes.
And he beat them in their own country. He beat everyone one by one in their own country. I can name 6 fighters in their own
Who the
country.
fuck is at cruiserweight?
Huh? What did you say?
I say this, Shane. Hey, Shane, I'm gonna say this though. Crawford beat everybody in his weight division. He went undisputed in his weight division. Who beat him in he went undisputed in that.
Regis was up there, up and coming. He beat everybody. This man just said Usyk probably beat everybody at cruiserweight. And it's probably 16 niggas at cruiserweight. So, because I'm just saying,
I ain't never.
Small.
Come on, man.
Usyk isn't even in my
He's
top
on
20.
my list. He's on my pound for pound list, but not that
He's a good fighter though. I'll
So,
give him that.
so you're basically saying because you don't know the fighters, he's not number 1.
That's what you said.
Number
You
2.
said who Canelo really beat in those 2 years, and I named
is what you
other
said.
than Kovalev, and I couldn't name. Like I forgot
That's why I
about
don't go by. I don't go by.
So when you said it, I was like, I use it just for him. You don't know none of those niggas and what they done in their career. They ain't nobody. So who the fuck has he beat to give him validation? Because we talking about, if we using those accolades, Canelo's a on-time weight on division champ, on unified in a couple of them, and he's going for undisputed in this one, and he's finna be fighting like 4 times in 12 years. Not 12 years and 12 months.
You're still answering my question. I said, who was the
How
best?
you asking me a question with a question? You asked me a question. I told you Kovalev, and I named the
we can go way back, man. We can
Smith, Yildirim, but I forgot about Yildirim. So when I asked you who was them dudes, I can say what Kovalev used to be. I can sit there and say, well, Caleb Smith was the what was he the little tournament champion and shit like that. The niggas give niggas ranking. He was a lineal, so I can sit there and say that.
I can
tell you. Remember, you can only fight the best available competition too.
Yes.
Exactly. So I can't. Yes. But this is my point. He still done more than this nigga Usyk has.
Yes. 1 second, Jeff. Yeah, this is my point. Just because Louis said he can name what these guys have done, I can name if you don't know a division, that's on you. That's you not knowing the division.
No, when you ask me who did Canelo fighting or somebody, you asked me who did Canelo.
I didn't ask that question. I said,
who asked it? Who asked it?
Division has he beaten the best in that division?
I said the last 24 months. Did I not make that premise when I was asking people who in the last 24 months, any fighter has done better than Canelo? Then you were saying, who was them dudes? You say, who was them dudes?
Wasn't based on
Kovalev, Smith, and the other dudes. Yeah, I can sit here and say, yeah, nobody. I can say that.
My pound
got a
for
question.
pound
I got a question.
wasn't based on 12 months. It was based on a career. That's what I said.
No, mine. I said in the last 24 months. I'm talking about pound for pound.
But
Because it's
if we're
recent.
thinking
And we talking about,
if
so
we're
how
thinking
far
about
are we
24
going
months,
back? So Crawford can live on that, what he did at 140 forever, while this man is still improving his record and unifying. This man is been still for like 2-3 years. Come on now.
So let me explain. Let me answer that question. You said, can he sit still? No, we can't. But this is the thing. Until you overtake that accolade, then no, you can't be above it. Until you overtake the accolade, he hasn't overtaken it.
Hold on, real quick. Emily, can I ask you a question, please?
Sure.
Is Usyk in your top 5?
I wouldn't put him in my top 5 at this point, although I do like him as a fighter. And I mean, we have to give him credit for his Golden Gloves display. I mean, when he won that, he fought pretty much the best of the best in that division. Yes.
That's true.
Pretty
Brendan,
legit fighters there.
yeah, Brendan, do you have Usyk in your top 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
If
top
not
5?
top 5, if we were to ask me what my top 10 is, he'd probably be 6.
Okay. A boxing learner, is Usyk in your top 5?
Absolutely.
Okay. Bruce, hold on, no. King, is Usyk in your top 5?
He about 9 or some shit like that. he ain't done nothing, bro. I don't care what y'all talking about, bro. What the hell Holyfield after he sit there and claim the and he went through who did Holyfield go through? Riddick Bowe?
Riddick Bowe.
Did he look?
Yeah, correct.
Listen, what I'm saying.
He went.
And they ain't held that man up. Man, come on, bro. I'm just saying. Listen, once you get to heavyweight, they supposed to knock you down anyway. But it's this new age of media that you don't want to recognize at certain points, but then recognize. Man, this man nowhere. He's a heavyweight.
Jeff,
weight.
Where would you rank Usyk? Where would you rank him?
In terms of pound for pound?
Yeah.
Pound for pound, he's in my top 5. Pound for pound. He's in my top 5. He's like, if I off the top of the dome, I would say probably 5.
I got a question for Shane.
Go ahead. Anyone can answer the question. Go ahead.
All right. So I could be wrong, but wasn't the guy that Usyk beat in the World Series final, wasn't that Gassiev? Was that him? Gassiev. All right. Do you think that Usyk's win, since you have him at pound for pound number 2, right? Do you think that Usyk's win over Gassiev was a better win than Canelo's win over Triple G in the second?
That's a good question. That's a good question. Go ahead, Shane. That's a good question. Go ahead, Shane.
Hold on. And nobody, let me add one point to that. Or Jamel over Tony Harris.
Nah, bro.
I just want to add that on top of that. Or Jamel Harris, because nobody mentioned Jamel.
Yeah, hold on. King, hold on to that. Hold on a second. Hold on that. Go ahead and answer that, Shane.
Okay. I don't think Canelo won. So that doesn't matter. I don't think Canelo won. It don't matter. I don't think he won. So I can't answer that question because I don't think Canelo won. So that answers the question. I don't think Canelo won.
Boom, right there, man.
Like
that's a top 10 list, man. Nobody can really answer that question. Now with me, I can say Canelo is my number 1, but I would have to sit down. I would have to write the 10 fighters down, which I could easily name, but then I would have to say how they would fare against each other. What champions they've fought, their resumes, their ring pedigree. I mean, there's so much criteria that goes into it that I don't even bother with it, man. It's just not worth it for my time. But Canelo right now is the number 1 pound for pound in my head, and there's a lot of fighters. There's a lot of argument there, and there's also a lot of fighters that could take that mythical number 1. But that's how I feel about that top 10 today. You know,
it's respectable.
I know.
Hey, listen,
he's just not in my top 10. Usyk is not in my top 10. Like, he's right there.
To be fair with Usyk, I was just saying, to be fair with Usyk, anybody that clears out a division and is undisputed, especially that's fighting right now, they have to be on it.
He deserves to be on the pound for pound list.
Yes. Do me a favor. Do me a favor. Ask everybody in this group chat or in this chat right now to name 3 fighters that Usyk fought. Not all of them will be able to do that. So the point is, if you're not educated on somebody's career, how can you make a judgment? That's my point.
Hold on. Let me answer that though. Let me answer that. Shane, I'll ask you this question. If they know Usyk's resume, right, and they feel like the fight, him cleaning out the division because it's cruiserweight, they still don't think it matches up to the level of what Canelo has done or Terrence Crawford has done because they're in a more glamorous division. Is that a fair point?
That is a fair point. That is a fair point.
Hold on, so Kovalev ain't got no legacy. Kovalev ain't got no legacy. It's a washed up ass fighter like this here didn't kill a man in the ring. Hold on, Kovalev got a fucked up. Hold on, when we going off of accolades and achievement, didn't Callum Smith win that Super 6 in his division? Yeah. Come on, bro. So listen.
Let me ask you a question. King Louis, who did Callum Smith beat? Who did Callum Smith beat in that Super 6? Go and tell me.
You already know he got niggas pulled out. Niggas pulled out, and it was only 2 fights, and it was. I already know, but he won it, right?
King Louis, who did he beat? Because I know who he beat. Who did he beat?
I don't know who he beat.
So then you're making a statement based on stuff.
But no, I'm saying accolades because listen, if you tell me if I don't know, so what did these dudes do? I just know these niggas accolades. If you saying accolades, ain't that what we adding up to? Because listen, ain't none. Who? Now you say he washed out of the division that nobody knows about, that ain't nobody giving no attention to. If they was making any noise, they would get some type of noise. What was 135 3 years ago? Them niggas turned up the volume down there. So don't give me that bullshit because a nigga don't know. Nobody know about them because they ain't finna move up to heavyweight and do shit.
The truth is, the reason why nobody don't know is because they don't want to know. That's why they don't know. If you watch it, you will know. That's the fact. If you watch it,
I watched him fight though.
It separates the hardcore fans from the.
Yeah, that's a hardcore.
Usyk's good. He is. I'm not going to discredit him whatsoever. He's definitely up there for me personally. I mean,
I'm not discrediting. I'm just trying to use this same logic.
What's your point though?
Yeah,
my thing is the biggest Usyk fight I ever remember is him fighting Tony Bellew. Like that's the only fight that really sticks out to me when it comes to him.
But that's the thing, bro. You're going on publicity. That wasn't even
I watched his fights. I watched his fights. Those are the only. I mean, that's the fight that sticks out to me. And
the reason why that fight sticks out to you, is because of publicity. I will tell you this right now. That wasn't even his biggest fight or his hardest fight. So, bro,
hey Shane, let me get in this comment real quick. Davidian Simmons said Alexander Usyk was a great cruiserweight, but we all know heavyweight division is a totally different animal. I'll take Deontay Wilder with sleep Usyk. I like him, but the top heavyweights beat him.
Truth. 100.
I agree with that, man.
So where do you
agree with that, Shane?
That's a good point.
Isn't he at heavyweight now?
I think
he's a heavyweight now.
He's been a heavy for a while.
One second. Yeah. I think the top light heavyweights beat Canelo. But my opinion doesn't matter because people still have.
Hey Shane, come on, man, Shane.
I ain't talking about that, of course.
Shane, I ain't gonna hold on. Shane, I ain't gonna let you dodge that question, bro. Get at that question because you hold on. You took a side street on that one, Shane, and I ain't used to you doing that. Answer that goddamn question, Shane.
We on it.
Would I pick Canelo to get slept by you the entire division? Is that what you're asking me?
No, the question is on the screen, brother. The question is on the screen.
I didn't even see it myself.
I don't
see the question?
I don't think Wilder would sleep you. No, I don't think Wilder would sleep you. No, I don't think so.
That's great. Getting hit by Derek Chisora and everybody and they goddamn mama smacking with that straight right and Wilder. That's all niggas say he got.
Hold on. I got a question. I can get everybody. Hold on. I got a question. I can get everybody involved on this one. The new queen of the channel, Emily. I'm gonna start with you. Does Usyk beat AJ?
That's a good one, and I'm gonna have to go with yes. I know that's a risky move, but yes, I have to. I also have a preference for Usyk over AJ. I've never really been a huge AJ fan.
Okay.
AJ,
don't hate me, please.
No, you good. How about Wilder?
Oh, you were tied to your.
Does Usyk beat Wilder?
Hell no.
Usyk doesn't beat Wilder. Okay.
No,
And does
although Usyk has got fundamentals down to a T over Wilder, I will give him that. Yes, 100%. Wilder's sheer strength and where I see him coming from right now, as far as fundamentals go, he's got Usyk beat in my mind. Usyk's move up to heavy was questionable to me. He did great at cruiser, but who's at cruiser, as others have been saying.
And Usyk and Fury. Who wins that?
That's a good matchup, actually. I'm gonna have to, unfortunately, probably pick Fury just based off of sheer size and his crazy ass motion.
Okay, so
I'm really not a big Fury fan, coming from being a Wilder fan myself. But I will give him credit where credit is due, unfortunately.
So you have so just to make sure I got everything right. So you have Usyk beating AJ, you have him losing to Wilder, and you have him losing to Fury. Correct?
Yeah.
All right, Brendan, let's keep it moving. Same questions.
All right, so who's first?
No, AJ. Usyk AJ.
Usyk AJ. If Usyk don't box his ears off, AJ probably catch him with a nasty ass combination while he shells up, which Usyk tends to do. But I'd probably have to go for Usyk on the masterclass. But I would not be surprised if he gets knocked out. One bit.
Okay. Usyk and Wilder.
Usyk and Wilder is pretty much the same thing, but I'm leaning a lot more heavily towards Usyk, like just boxing his ears off. If Wilder don't explode into him with something nasty,
Okay.
But masterclass about Usyk.
And Usyk and Fury.
Good beat, not good beat, but a good big man beats the good small man, and I think Fury he'll just bully him around. He just got too many things that he could do, with his size. So I have to go with Fury.
So you got Usyk beating AJ and Wilder, but you got him losing to Fury, correct?
It depends. It depends on how AJ boxes. If he boxes a lot, even if he gets knocked out, because I got Fury possibly knocking him out. But what was the question again?
Yeah, no, I said hold on. I'm glad you said that, yo. Yeah. Brendan, are you currently smoking in that bong that you had 2 days ago?
I tell you this, not the hey.
Don't blame him.
Not the bong.
Not the ball. Is this a straight blunt?
Switched it up.
You just got a blunt.
You already
switch it up.
You already know the whole time.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Boxing learner, let's go to you, brother. You got Usyk or AJ?
AJ.
Okay, you got Usyk or Wilder?
I think Usyk can will do it. Usyk would beat Wilder.
Okay, and Usyk and Fury.
Fury. I think Fury gonna be leaning all over Usyk, making him tired.
Yeah. Okay. So you got Usyk beating Wilder. You got him losing to AJ. Got him losing to Fury.
Yeah.
Okay. Bruce goes. Usyk and AJ. Who you got?
Oh, me, I am hitting on that bong right now, and I got some.
Hey, you know what? Hey,
my wife just put it in my hand, so I'm gonna put it down, and I'm gonna answer those questions for you.
Just because he said that, I gotta load it up. This one for you, Bruce.
Go ahead, Bruce.
Well, what are the matches that we're talking about?
Oh man, yo, I know he's smoking good.
You know it, brother. You know it, man.
So we got Usyk and AJ. Who you got, Bruce?
Okay. I think AJ size and style is too much for Usyk right now. I don't. Okay. I think that's going to be an easy fight.
Okay, Usyk and Wilder.
By the way, Jeff,
Usyk and Wilder.
What you're doing is very, very wrong. But go on, continue.
What I'm doing is, dude,
Usyk and Wilder. Go ahead.
What I'm doing is, I haven't had a drink in 20 years. I don't do any hard narcotics. I've been smoking weed for over 50 years, brother. I get every year.
Hey, Bruce. Usyk and Wilder. Who you got?
Usyk and Wilder. I see Wilder coming out and just walking that boy down, and he's going to knock him out within 2 rounds.
Damn.
I like
that right hand is just not going to. It's just Usyk's not going to escape that.
Usyk and Fury. Usyk and Fury. Who you got?
Tyson Fury's is too big. He's got too much talent. I think he's going to slap him around for about 6-7 rounds and then take him out in the 8th.
So you got Usyk losing to everybody.
Yeah, man. Usyk has to prove something to me at heavyweight before I can put him above those 3 guys.
Okay. King Louis, same question. We got Usyk and AJ. Yeah.
He probably can get him because, you know, AJ had a problem with them smaller fighters, but I think AJ can grit it out, you know what I'm saying, with an uppercut here and there when that nigga coming in and out, because he ain't staying on none of them bitches, which he'll need to do to beat him. But he'll be coming in and out trying to dance around them, come at him at angles and shit like that. But
Right.
I have to edge the first one to AJ just because I think he catches him. Ever since that Andy Ruiz, he has been showing a little bit more discipline, you know what I'm saying, inside the ring.
Usyk and Wilder.
Usyk getting knocked out by the straight right.
Okay. Usyk and Fury.
If he can do what Wilder did and blind him, because like folks said Tyson Fury gonna lean on him. He ain't gonna come out leaning on him. He only do that once he's in trouble and shit like that when he's trying to win the fight that way. So if Usyk can get out in front on him and keep him from, you know what I'm saying, putting that big ass frame on him and put in some good work, I think Usyk can possibly beat Fury with his footwork.
Okay.
I pray you're right.
Yeah. So
I'm just saying possibly. Ain't no, cause listen, Fury get to lean on your ass and zap all your power, then get to going on you.
That's why they don't phone it in, man. That's why they fight.
You know, I say you got to get out in front of him and surprise him. You know what I'm saying? Jump out in front of him, get his ass, knock his ass down or some shit. Cause is he capable? I don't know.
Yo,
I feel like Chisora had a good fight with him, but then Chisora started getting sloppy in that bitch.
Yo, he gets tired after 6 rounds. Yeah, he gets tired.
Chisora got tired.
It took 3 rounds for Chisora to get fucking sloppy. The first 2 rounds was Chisora easily. And he was catching Usyk. And then that bitch just started, he went for all of it. He went for a home run in that 3rd, and he was like, it was over with. Then that bitch started trying to box him like he fluid. Like, bro, Chisora, you ain't no boxer. What did you do?
Yo, I wanted to get Chisora a fucking asthma pump.
Jeff,
let me
ask you this, yeah? And the reason why I'm saying what you done, why I said, I understand why you did it, but this is the thing, yeah? When it comes to that, addressing that specific comment right there, everybody said their opinion and everybody's entitled to their opinion. In my opinion, I still feel like you asked that question disregarding what he's already done. And you of all people, Jeff, shouldn't have done that because you know what he's done. So that's why
I know what he's done, but I'm gonna tell you why I asked the question. Because it sounds like the panel is not convinced, even though he swept out a cruiserweight division. Am I correct, panel? Y'all still not sold.
No, not
he's not my number 1 pound for pound.
That's why I asked them what they're doing. What's their opinion against the top 3 guys in the heavyweight division? Because I know they're not sold on what he did.
So let me ask you a question. Yeah? So Jeff, you have to clean out the whole of the cruiserweight division and beat the best 3 guys at heavyweight division to be pound for pound number 1. Is that what you're saying, Jeff? Is that what you're saying?
Am I saying that? I would like for him to do that. I would like for him to do that.
So,
but the thing is, Shane. But this is the thing, though, Shane. You want Canelo to do the same thing.
No, I don't.
So you can't. Hold on, hey Shane. But you did say that, though.
I never said that, bro. I never once said that. I said in any division, just beat the best in any division. I didn't say you have to beat everybody in every single division he goes to. You basically said you have to beat everyone in cruiserweight and everyone in heavyweight for him to be pound for pound number 1.
I said I would like.
He gotta beat the best.
How about this, man? How about we take those 4 fighters that you named? We'll take Usyk, we'll take Joshua, we'll take Wilder, and we'll take Tyson Fury, and we'll have a tournament. We'll have Tyson Fury and Wilder, and then we'll have Usyk and we'll have AJ. The winners of that fight each other. The winners of that are the undisputed. You're talking multi-million dollars.
Sounds good to me.
There can't be a loser there. But that's in an ideal world. Today, that's not going to happen. I don't have faith in this in boxing anymore.
Yeah.
But that's
I'm
what
still
should happen,
guessing.
man.
Usyk just he doesn't stand up to any of these guys. He doesn't have. I don't think he has enough power, and a lot of his shots are going to just be walked through by these big guys.
Yeah, but we'd love to see those fights, though, man.
Yeah,
I
I would want to
would-
see
That
it.
little tournament I
wanna
just
see it.
I would definitely watch
described, man.
it.
Yeah, I'm
Definitely
gonna see it.
Watch it. That would be that would break the budget right there, man. That would be the hugest tournament in the history of boxing.
I ain't gonna say he
would.
got to knock out all of them. I say he beat one of them motherfuckers. Beat one of them.
Okay,
Y'all
Yeah,
think he can
Why
do
not?
that?
Why
I
not
think he
make it
does.
for
You know
undisputed
what? I don't
heavyweight
think he does.
champion, man? Throw all the belts
Louis,
in
I
there.
respect that. Louis, I respect that more than what Jeff's saying, because Jeff's saying some straight madness, bro.
But I can understand what Jeff's saying, because I'm gonna tell you like this: rank cruiserweight against all these other divisions. Rank it. Even though with them dudes down there, rank them against heavyweight, rank them against welterweight, rank that bitch against 135, against 130. Them bitches got silver medalists, and you got 126 with
Yeah, but
gold.
I got one word for that, man. Evander Holyfield.
I'm just saying. I understand that, but shit, this nigga ain't Evander.
Yeah, but you can only fight the best opposition that's
Man,
available today.
Cesaro was smacking him. If that was Wilder, though, I said that straight right coming from Wilder. If he gets smacked with that, it's over with.
That's why
Hold
we
on.
It's over with. He don't need to
Hey,
call
King,
him. AJ
King, hold
might
on.
be stylistically his best shot.
King, hold on,
He
hold on, real
couldn't
quick.
even hurt DeJour, and DeJour was tired. I mean,
He had
not
a
like
wobble.
that. He couldn't even have him. I don't think he hurt him.
It was like, I want to say in between rounds maybe 6 or 9 towards the end, because I was upset that Usyk never jumped on him like after he stunned him, but he stunned him towards like the end of probably
Yeah,
I
he's
want
gonna
to
get
say
stunned in
round
the fight.
like
I'm
9.
talking about
Yeah, but
hurt.
Cesaro went 12 tough ones this
did knock
weekend,
him
man.
down.
Hold on. Y'all getting in the middle of an in-house fight, and I gotta push y'all to the side real quick. Cause Shane think he gonna get away with that shit.
He trying to
Not tonight.
Right
You're not gonna get away.
now,
Hold on. And I'm gonna give Shane a pass. I'm gonna give Shane a pass because it's like 3 o'clock in the morning in the UK. So I'm gonna give him a pass.
I'm wide
He
awake,
probably
man.
sleepy. But
I'm wide
listen,
awake.
this is why I said in terms of the heavyweight division, I would like for him to beat some guys at heavyweight. Because obviously
you said beat the best 3. That's what you just said. You said
no. I didn't say if it sounded like I said that, I apologize.
No, of course
that's asking too much.
Of course,
I think
the best.
But I think when it comes down to Usyk, if he beats, let's just say he beats
Ruiz, maybe.
let's say he beats Ruiz.
Yeah.
Let's say he beats Ruiz in a jogger. Let's just say he beats Ruiz in a jogger. That ain't enough for me. For him to put him number 1 on my pound for pound, he's not. It'll be a good start, but I'm like, he's not. That wouldn't put him pound for pound number 1 to me.
Yeah, but isn't Usyk a mandatory contender right now?
Yes, he is.
So why he's not going to blow it against Andy Ruiz or anybody like that, man.
Bruce, I'm glad you said that. Glad you said that, Bruce. Because you just said what I was going to say. He's a mandatory contender for the winner of AJ versus Fury. That's who he's a mandatory
Assuming that
contender.
fight happens, yes.
But you know that's not gonna happen, Shane.
Yeah, it ain't.
Hold on. You know a fact that ain't happening, Shane. You know
that. We got our bet.
Shane, you know that fight not happening.
It's not happening.
Hey, I just got one question for you, Shane. Would you put your house on the line? Would you put your house on the line?
Hold on, go ahead. Hold on, King. Go ask your question real quick.
Hey, Shane, would you put your house on the line if that happens? If that fight getting announced tomorrow? That's just one question. I ain't gonna question you. Okay then. All right then. That's enough. Shit, I'm gonna put my house on Floyd Mayweather, boy. You playing? You playing? That boy gonna whoop ass.
What fight's not happening? What fight's not happening?
No, I said Usyk versus the winner of AJ and Fury. I said he's not getting the winner.
That fight will happen.
You said it will happen?
We talk about Tyson Fury and AJ.
Because they will relinquish the
I was
strap.
talking about Tyson Fury and AJ.
No, but if they relinquish the strap, then he's not going to fight neither one of them.
He gonna fight somebody else.
Okay, we in agreement. Okay.
I thought you said you don't think
fighting the winner of that fight.
No. I said Usyk getting.
That's what I was saying.
That's what King was saying.
Hey, bro.
Yes. Brendan, that's you?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I didn't even hear the question. I had to leave the room I was in. Somebody needed the bathroom. I didn't even hear. It was
No,
chaotic.
there wasn't a question. Someone was speaking. He was wondering if it was you. I think it was.
Oh
I
yeah,
think
it may have been me. There was a lot of noise just in. My bad.
No, I
That's
think it
King
was
Louis.
you was saying.
Yeah, I'm the one that said it about Tyson Fury. Yeah, I was saying, yeah, that fight ain't happening. Would you bet your house on that fight that it's happening? That it's gonna get
I'll
announced
bet
tomorrow?
that it would happen, but I
I said,
won't
would you
bet it
bet your
happening
house?
tomorrow. But
I
I'll
said,
bet that it will
no,
happen.
no, you said it's gonna get announced tomorrow. So if it don't get announced tomorrow, what make you think it's gonna happen?
No.
Because like
Bro.
you, when you said
Hey,
that,
y'all,
that sound
I'ma
like some
slide out real quick.
Do you know why? You know why
Okay.
I think it's gonna
Okay,
happen?
bro.
You know how I think it's gonna happen? Because
Why?
there's too
You
much
think Wilder
money.
gonna take the money? How much money
They-
you think in that fight?
I think Fury and AJ are making too much money. They're making
No,
like 80 million a piece just off the site.
that's
Like
bullshit.
Give to
That's
Wilder.
bullshit. That's bullshit.
No, it's not. I
That's
don't believe it is.
propaganda. That's propaganda.
I
That's
don't
the
believe
same
that.
media propaganda we have over here. If that's the case, they would have been paid Wilder 90 million.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be no problem. We wouldn't be still in arbitration because that's what it's about, money. Or bitch, you gonna fight. One of the two. You gonna
think,
fight
and
me
that's
or you
why I
gonna give me
believe
my
the fight's
money.
gonna happen. And
If a
you
nigga
can
say
bet me
80
as well.
million, that's some crazy shit.
Yo,
Like,
hold
that's
on.
You can bet me as
crazy.
well, bro. King Louis, you can bet me as
Hey,
well. I
bro.
bet you that fight
Let
happens.
me
Anybody
jump.
can.
Hey
I bet
Shane,
you
let
that
me
fight
Shane, let
Listen,
me
I'm
jump
not
in here
trying to
real
say. I
quick.
said if you tell me that it's gonna happen tomorrow, that they gonna announce it tomorrow, I'm gonna take you for your word. And when it don't
No,
happen tomorrow, you gonna sound
no,
like a fan to me from
well,
that day point.
one second. I'm just going by what I was told.
I got you.
But if it doesn't happen tomorrow, I'm still confident that the fight happens.
They've been saying
Hey,
this shit for the longest. Oh, we got the shit
No, but
covered. We
I'm
just
not even
gotta get
talking
the
about from
venue
Eddie Hearn. I'm not
straight.
even talking about from Eddie Hearn. I'm talking about
yo,
from somebody else. But go on.
Hey, bro.
yo, listen, real quick. I got a wobbly table in the living room, yo. I'm not even betting that. I'm not putting that up. That is
All right.
gonna happen. Like I'm not confident. I'm not
Bet me
confident.
then.
It's gonna
Just bet
take
me.
Wilder. It's gonna take Wilder
Huh?
to sell out. It's
Bet
gonna take
me.
Wilder to sell out.
Bet me.
Yo, it's not even, bro. It's not even one of them things where I feel like I have to bet you because I'm going against what you're saying. What I'm saying is they've announced this fight 4 times. They've announced this fight. Emily, am I correct? They've announced this fight 4 different times.
It's not
So
happening.
if they come out, it's one of those things. It's like I don't want to get my hopes up. So if you tell me they're coming out with a date, they're coming out with a site, and they're coming out with a poster, I'm not betting my wobbly table in the living room until I see that date, that site, and that poster.
I
I'm
think
not
they've
gonna
already
hype
even
myself
done
up.
that before, if I'm not mistaken.
That's my
Yeah.
whole point.
Wait. Let me. Can I adjust my bet with Can I adjust my bet? My bet isn't that it's gonna happen tomorrow. My bet that it's gonna happen in general. I'm just saying that because if I don't know if it's gonna happen tomorrow, I'm confident it will, but I don't know. But I'm just saying it definitely will happen.
I think AJ and Fury is gonna happen. It's just too much stuff going on for me to be like, is it gonna happen next? I've never seen that. This is supposed to be. Hold on, hey Shane. Let me ask you this real quick. This fight is supposed to be one of the biggest. This is definitely the biggest fight in UK history, correct?
Yeah.
Why is it so much waffling around with the biggest fight in UK history? That's what brings. But see, that's my point. That's what brings the skepticism.
It's counterfeit.
That's what brings the skepticism. You understand what I'm saying?
What happened to Fury? This ain't got nothing to do with Eddie Hearn. What happened to Fury fighting in December or tune-up?
Yeah, it's exactly. It's too much stuff happening. Yeah,
this shit stopping everything. So ain't that shit, man?
Yo,
why I gotta take
you know
that money,
what?
bro?
Hey Shane, you want to know what it seemed like? And King, you want to know what it seemed like, yo? Matter of fact, who all in here? New Wave, Emily, Bruce. You want to know what it seemed like, yo?
My phone died.
Oh no, you good, you good. You know what it seemed like to me? It seemed like every time Fury wants to go through with a fight, Wilder and them send a cease and desist letter. Do it seem that way? Like, oh, you think you fighting? Nah, we not.
So,
like cease and
legit
desist.
question though about let's see, about Fury. Does he actually have his boxing license? I believe it is.
What happened
by the
with
British
that?
In the
Council
UK?
currently? Yeah.
He don't have no boxing license in the UK.
He don't have one.
I didn't know if they ever reinstated it or not. Even.
No, they didn't.
Nope.
But he will never fight in England.
He still has a
Because
cease and suspension.
we'll call foul on that because he's facing an investigation along with that suspension.
Yeah,
Because I remember Mr. Carefoot came out with his little allegations about, you know what I'm saying, the war meat. But he said, man, them bitches is stink. He said, them motherfuckers ain't even in the UK. Ain't no wild boy on my farm. Them bitches is stink. Like straight up. That nigga been dead since the 18th century. Like,
The thing
Right.
is, Tyson
So
Fury
he's
said
never
he'll
going to
never
fight in the
anyway.
UK.
He can't
He's
as of
never
now,
fighting
as far
in
as
the
I
UK.
know.
Yeah, he's not gonna fight in the
But the
UK.
fight's not happening. They won't generate enough money to happen. It's happening in Saudi Arabia. It won't
Yeah,
happen.
Yeah, but
they're
if
dangling
it
Saudi
wasn't
Arabia
COVID-
they're like a carrot right now because you got to remember
I ain't
that
gonna lie.
we're still in the middle of
fam.
Ramadan, so
you
there's
chasing
nothing
the
going
carrot
on in
on
the
that
Muslim
one, bro.
countries right now.
It's not
No
happening. That fight
negotiations.
didn't happen. It's not happening. It's
Well,
not.
I think
this
it's a
shit
lot. I
reminds
think
me
it's
of
a
janky promoters. That's what it reminds me
Every
of.
day
Janky
it's a new
promoters.
story about this
Lies.
goddamn fight.
These niggas trying to get the money, but they can't get the money. Saudi Arabia is not paying that much money. You don't care what no one talking about. If that's the case, it would have been paid. Would have been paid.
King, I gotta disagree. I gotta disagree with that because they paid AJ. They paid AJ.
I don't
and
believe
Andy
none of
Ruiz,
that
like,
shit.
no, I believe that. No, they built,
AJ got
bro.
80
You hold on. You want me to tell you?
AJ
You want me
got
to tell
80
you?
million.
Hey King. You want me to tell you? Even if you want to disagree with the number, right? I'm gonna tell you why. Even if you want to say the number's wrong, right?
Them
It's
beans
still
wasn't
bigger.
even
Wait.
It's still
What
bigger
did
than any
AJ
other.
get 80 million
Them
for?
beans
What am I
wasn't
missing
even
here?
welded.
Hold on. I got you. Hold on. Even if the 80 million's off, let's just say both numbers are off. I'm gonna tell you why I think the numbers that they did get was probably bigger than any other fight in a while. They built a whole goddamn stadium for that fight.
Listen, that's all.
That
That
makes
fight
sense.
for that fight.
I don't think
Yeah, but
they.
that's not
Saudi Arabia.
unprecedented, man.
You want to know
Whoever
something funny?
invested in
Saudi
that
Arabia
fight-
got a bad look. Niggas look at Saudi Arabia around the world like, man, them motherfuckers is sexist. They got some fucked up ass laws against their people.
Hey,
They
Jeff,
trying
tell
to
me what
shake
they-
out of that shit.
what
So
they
this is
bitching
them trying to show the world, hey, look, we giving women rights. Hey, we modernizing. Man, I wouldn't doubt that most of them bitches
No,
were
Saudi
slaves.
Arabia is not a fan-friendly country.
Indentured
It's not going to
servants.
compare to Las
Yeah,
Vegas.
who's going to go to Saudi Arabia to watch that
Exactly.
fight?
I mean, just
But that's
to
my
leave customs
point.
is going to take you 6 hours.
No,
Fighters,
that's my
fighters have
point.
complained about that.
No,
They
everything
don't
y'all
wanna go
saying
there.
No,
is true.
there's. I don't.
Everything
I
y'all
don't-
saying is true. That's
I don't
my
see
point,
that
though.
happening, bro.
That's
I
my
don't.
point.
Everything about this fight is wrong.
You don't think so? You don't think?
No.
It,
Oh, I don't.
let me tell you why you're wrong. Let me tell you why you're wrong.
They're both UK fighters. So you're not even going to have to fight in the UK. You're going to have it completely somewhere else, not even in the US. Where
Yeah, well, see, UK is a
where
tough place.
boxing-
UK is a
you
tough
go to-
place to
you
have a
go to
worldwide
Saudi
pay-per-view
Arabia,
because you got to
they don't
remember.
even watch boxing. They don't watch
Let me tell
boxing.
you why you're wrong. You
Well,
know
let
what?
me tell you this, man. See, the UK prime time is 5 o'clock in the afternoon in the US, and how are they going to sell a pay-per-view in the richest market in the world, which is the United States? So first of all, they'd have to have that fight at 5 o'clock in the morning to sell it prime time in the US. It would have to be in Britain at that time.
Okay, so let me address what
It's way too many issues.
I'll address both of you in two different stages. For one, yes, 1,000,000% British fans will travel to Saudi Arabia. I'll bet you I'll bet you my life.
I'll give you that.
I'll bet you my life.
Yeah.
I
Man, niggas still iffy about these Saudis, man. You better act like these Saudis ain't got no fuck cutting bitches' tongues and hands off, boy. You better act, boy. Come on, man.
It's too many variables.
You ain't doing everyday shit that you do.
Bro, you know how much events British people have held in Saudi Arabia? There's so many events that British people hold in Saudi Arabia. This won't be the first. Boxing boxing is late.
No, the royal family will pay for events. They've had the WWE there several times.
First of all, let's get clear.
You know they pay for Manny Pacquiao to fight.
Arabia, though? Why is this fight being
Hold on, let me
because that's where the
answer
money
that.
is.
That's where the money is. And the point that I'm making, y'all, all of y'all are correct. My point is this: in Saudi Arabia, that's probably the only place in the world where they throw fucking money around for no goddamn reason. That's why I said. So that's why King. That's why I said to you, even if the 80 million is off, if you want to say, okay, AJ didn't make 80 million, even if you want to say, all right, Andy Ruiz didn't make 15. The amount that they probably made is still probably more than anything that was made in the United States. It's probably more than anything that was made in the UK because they throw money around like it's fucking rice. And on top of that, bro, you don't build a whole stadium for one goddamn fight, and they don't have the bread to just throw around. So even if they're off with the money, if it's not 80 million, if it's not 15 million, it's probably not too far off, bro. It's probably not too far off.
Well, you see, those Saudis are not doing this to make money.
They're not doing it to make money. Exactly, Bruce. They're not doing it to make money.
Nope.
They're not. They can. They
So
can
Ed
talk about.
Hearn
You
got
can
some
talk about
type
this
of
fight to
connection
the
with
world.
the queen
It's
and
not
shit like
happening.
that. Chip cheerio, and we gonna get Ed Hearn gonna get these niggas in the door with the UN and shit, huh? Man,
Dude,
get the fuck out
royal
of here. That shit
family,
so
to them,
crazy as fuck.
that's a day,
That shit
that's a
so
day's
crazy as
entertainment right
fuck.
there. That's a night out.
Eddie Hearn gonna get them to the royal family. You know, man, come on.
Bro, they
But dude,
paid.
it's been
Fight is
happening.
not
It's happened
happening, man.
several times in the past.
Hey Bruce,
It happened in the night.
They paid Bruce. They
In
paid
your
They
lifetime.
paid Amir Khan. Bruce. They paid Amir Khan $8 million to fight Billy Dib, yo.
That's a fact.
That's
Bro,
a
that man
fact.
didn't get paid. That man came out and said them boys ain't pay us. We ain't get paid.
Who said that?
American because he fought Bud after that shit. He
Who
said
said
I ain't
that?
get paid for that shit.
I understand
American
that.
said I ain't get paid
All right,
that money.
they paid $8 million for that fight,
They
right?
ain't pay. They ain't
Who
pay
the fuck
American.
watched that fight? Who watched that fight?
Go
I
look it
didn't give a
up.
shit about that
American
fight.
came out his mouth saying he ain't get paid when he was fighting Bud. He said I ain't get paid for that American shit.
Oh,
So let me ask you a question.
hold on.
Well, let me ask you a question, King Louis. Let me ask you this, yeah.
Go ahead, fam.
When they staged when the World Boxing Super Series was going into bankruptcy, how did they get out of bankruptcy? Answer me that question.
Probably you right.
No, Shane, I ain't. Hold on. Shane, hold on.
Wait,
Hold on for that question.
I don't.
Hold on. King, when did Amir Khan say that? Because I never heard that before.
Right around the
I never
Bud
heard
fight. Right when he was getting ready to fight Bud.
Hold on.
Saying he didn't get paid for that motherfucking
Did anybody else hear that?
No, I didn't hear that.
No.
Emily, have you heard that?
No, I didn't.
Can't say I have.
Did you hear that?
I'll look it up.
I
Hey,
believe
Bruce.
I heard
I'm curious,
something
though.
about him. Was this in like an interview or something? I believe he said it.
Yeah.
The
I
reason
think
why
I've seen that interview though. I can't really remember it, but I do remember him saying something about he didn't get paid for a fight.
The reason why I asked that World Boxing Super Series question, this is a fact. They were going into administration, World Boxing Super Series, and they staged Callum Smith versus George Groves in Saudi Arabia. They put the money up. So unless you are saying World Boxing Series were lying about being in administration, how did they get out of it? Because Saudi Arabia
Hold
put the
up,
money
boxing
up.
saying
No, but that's two
Miracon
different
swung out of
situations.
money. Hold up.
But that's two different situations, though, Shane.
Miracon swung out of money from Saudi Arabia fight boxing forum boxing scene. Go look it up, bro. I ain't right.
But
Okay, no, I'm saying I never heard that. So that was
I'm
news
just
to me.
saying.
That was
Yeah,
news
my
to me.
niggas.
I believe. I think I heard that interview though. I did too. I think I heard that because I was into that Bud
Niggas
Crawford versus
finessing niggas, man. I ain't listening to that
fight.
shit. Boxing
My
WWE,
point
y'all.
is simple, that they're putting money up.
Yeah.
That's my point. That they're putting money up. They're putting money up.
So
They're-
so King, so where do you think a AJ Fury fight goes where it can make the most money, since Saudi Arabia is a question mark?
I'm the wrong person to ask because I don't want to see. I want to see a nigga hold up to his contract. I want to see a bitch ass nigga hold up to his contract.
We're talking about a fight that's never going to happen until he fights Deontay Wilder.
Thank you.
Or pay him that step aside money. If all that money or that 90 million shouldn't be no problem. 90 million should be no problem for them Saudis, right?
Tyson Fury ain't got no 90 million.
Ain't nobody finna pay nobody Deontay Wilder no 90 million to step aside. You crazy? It's like a generational wealth.
He's not going
to generational wealth.
I'm telling you this now. I'm telling you this now. You just need Blaze. You just need to give me a figure what your bet. Just give me a figure. Whatever you want to bet.
Whatever you want to bet, man.
Hold on.
The money is in the bank. Whatever you want to bet, man. You got to 12 o'clock tomorrow. I'm not asking for no poster. I don't want no poster. I want to buy a ticket. I want to just fight the people.
No, it's too good. We betting 500 yet.
500 is.
500.
The day the fight happens, I will have your 500.
This
all right, cool. Let me tell you how.
Hold on. Let's get the stipulations in this bet. If he fights Deontay Wilder first, and then the fight happens, you don't win.
Hey, bro, this shit don't sound like motherfucking Lennox Lewis and Hussein Rockman. This man tried to have that fight with Mike. He was trying to duck the fight with Lennox and go in straight at Mike Tyson all over the motherfucking place. Lennox chased that bitch down through 3 courts.
Hey, King, hold on real quick, King. Hold on.
King, we got
the bet. Hold on. See, I need to know the particulars on this bet. So is the bet, because I'm trying to get in good with whoever win, because I'm gonna ask to borrow some money. But listen, so I need to know the details of this. So are y'all betting that Fury and AJ's not happening at all, or y'all betting that Fury and AJ's not happening next?
I'm betting that he's
That's
betting
not
that
happening next.
He's
I'm
betting that
saying he got
Wilder
to
and
fight
Fury.
Deontay Wilder. If he pays Deontay Wilder step aside money and Deontay Wilder takes it, I still let you win the bet.
No, hold on. No, the bet is voided if that's the case. The bet
That's
is
all
voided
that's
if
gonna
that's the case.
happen.
So
that's the only way it's gonna happen.
Why
It ain't
is
voided. It ain't voided. It ain't voided.
Okay,
He's
go
saying
ahead.
Wilder gonna take it.
Well, actually, technically that means I win because that means he should have fought
No,
Deontay Wilder first.
Shane saying Wilder gonna take the step aside money.
No,
This is what Shane
I'm saying this is what I'm saying.
I'm listening to you.
AJ and Fury will fight next.
Why?
If, one second, I'm just explaining a bit. If Fury doesn't fight AJ and fights Wilder, I owe Blaze 500. That's the bet. If he fights AJ, Blaze owes me 500. That's the bet.
All right, so the day of the
reason why
fight,
I feel like Blaze is missing something is because Klitschko had Fury signed to a rematch clause, bro, and he still got out of that.
No, he retired and dropped it and got script. He retired and got script, and that's why he can't fight in the UK no more because of that shit.
That's a lie because that fight wasn't in the
No
UK.
lie because he
can't fight in the UK no more
because of the failed drug test from the Klitschko fight.
Truth.
But that's not got to do with the rematch. I'm talking about the rematch.
No, he retired and got script.
He retired. He definitely retired. He got out of that fight by retiring.
He retired.
But my point is very simple. He got out of it. He got out of the contract.
But he retired.
He got out of it by retiring.
All right. So if you're saying if you're saying
Shane, hold on,
gonna drop the belt.
Hey, hold on a second.
Hold on. Let me just say this real quick.
Go
ahead. If he's saying if Tyson Fury retires before this Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder fight, then I would win, right? Because he's retiring. That means he's not fighting anyone then.
Listen, hey, this shit gonna be found disputed.
And
he already said this shit
like he was before.
But let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. He knew, like, Fury retired. We all know this. Fury retired for a reason. We all know why he retired.
Yeah, we know why he retired.
Right. He got out of it for that. He got out of it for that reason. But y'all getting away from whoever the winner is. Hold on. Emily, can I ask you where you're from?
Sure. From the US.
I need something closer than that. You said Missouri?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. That's a little far. There you go.
Okay, so that's a little far. I'm gonna tell y'all what the plan was, right? So if let's just say Shane wins the bet, right? Shane wins $500. So I'm gonna make sure Blaze pays Shane $500.
I'm definitely playing. I'm putting the money aside right now.
Yeah, so I'm gonna be like, hey Shane, throw your boy, it's a business expense. Throw your boy a good two. Hold on. Let me. Can I put my vision out there, brother? Can I put my vision out there? So see, listen. I was gonna ask Shane for $200, right? If I can borrow $200 off that $5. So let's just say Shane says, yeah. Shane's saying no right now, but I'll talk to him off camera. I'll get him to give me the $200.
You set me up today. That's like you literally set me up the whole stream, bro.
No, I didn't. Shane, you done talk more than everybody on this goddamn panel, yo. You done talk more than everybody on this panel. See, if Emily was closer, it was gonna be a complimentary dinner for being on the team now.
I'm just telling you.
Since Shane is not gonna give me the money, I gotta find some. I gotta give her a signing bonus, yo. I gotta give her a signing bonus. Like it's like Shane, but you screwing up the rotation, Shane.
Jeff, the truth is Jeff should be betting me 500 as well because Jeff spoke with so much confidence. I know
he can bet it because he gotta have that title to fight AJ. He ain't gonna fight AJ next with that title.
Shane, I'm gonna end up. The reason I'm not gonna bet you is because I'm gonna end up paying you in payroll anyway. So it don't make no sense for me. It doesn't make no sense for me to bet you.
You're doing the race right now, bro. You're running away from the.
I am running. How am I?
Listen, confident.
Yo, you said, you're not even willing to give me $200 to take Emily out.
Bro,
What kind of family are you, bro?
You set me
What kind
up.
of family are you?
You
Huh?
set me up today, bro.
I
What kind of
didn't
family are
set you up today. Listen, I didn't set you up today. You said some stuff, and we had 7 other people in the panel. I
No,
ain't
let me
set
tell
you
you.
up.
Well, let me tell you why you set me up. Yo. Let me tell you why you set me up. Because you said some left stuff and you left Blaze to defend it. And when I came to confront you about betting me,
What are
all
you
of a sudden, no, I don't
bet,
do that. I don't do
bro?
that.
Why would I, bro?
I thought you were
Why
trying
would
to
I bet,
Blaze the whole time.
But why would I bet? Why would I bet somebody that's on the same payroll with me?
No, bro, it's
Why would I
friendly.
bet
It's a
somebody that's on
friendly
the
bet.
same payroll?
It's a friendly bet, bro.
Hold on, listen, no, hold on. Shane, I can't bet you no money. I'll bet when you come to the US, man, whoever wins this bet, I'll get in on it, but whoever wins the bet gotta pay dinner.
All right, cool, that's cool.
We gotta
That's
pay
cool.
dinner fight night. How about that?
That's cool.
Fair.
I'm coming
That's fair?
state. I'm coming state September. September.
Yeah, I can't take $500 from you and then I'm gonna end up spending it on you anyway when you come here. It makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? It don't make no sense. But listen, I'm gonna close it there.
By the way, can I say something? King Louis,
Yes.
we were getting heated, but it's all love. Blaze,
I
we were
mean, no
getting
heat.
heated, but
I'm
it's all
You
love.
already know that.
We already know. You ain't got to get that disclaimer out. Like you already know. Listen, I'm not even going fraud. I was planning on being on here for 45 minutes.
We did a couple hours.
We did 2.5. And I'm not even gonna lie. I think this is my top 5 in terms of like lives, in terms of me enjoying it. I would say this is top 5, like for sure.
Man, I had so much fire and I could have got hella controversy in this bitch, but I straight up. Like I say stuff people don't want to hear, but you can't tell me it's a lie because in the end of the day,
I will say the truth.
It is what it is. It's just
King,
not like
King, but that's the one thing about and even when I go on King show, like I don't ever feel like I can't say certain things. And not every platform has that, has it. King, where you from, King?
I'm from Mississippi, but I'm out here in Colorado.
Y'all there in Colorado. We got Kansas City in the building. We got the UK in the building. Blaze, he from the city.
So I'm gonna see you in September. I'm gonna see you in September.
Hold on. Let's do this before we go.
Right.
A fight in September. Can we all link up?
I'm going. It's
like I'm dead ass serious. Like
you gotta let me know in September because I'll be in. I know I got a trip to Orlando, but just let me know. I'll work around.
Can we? Okay, it don't even have to necessarily be. It don't even have to necessarily be September. But I'm talking about can we all link up and just go to one fight?
Yeah,
that's what I'm trying to get to a fight, but I gotta go to a fight I really give a fuck about, man. Because
can we?
That would be fair too. Yes.
Can we do that?
Stephen Fulton versus Lewis Neri.
You know that's what I do. I travel.
Yeah. Oh, you heard Joe Smith and Beterbiev might be in New York.
I'm going to that as well.
Joe Smith got a title.
Yes, he does.
What happened to so he had to drop Velasquez's title or something? Vasquez,
no, he won he beat him. He beat him.
So he dropped the belt.
No.
Cause listen, hold up. So he got 2 belts. Bivol got 1 belt. Where does belt come from? Ain't this Kovalev belt? So he got Kovalev belt.
Yeah, he got Kovalev belt. He got Kovalev belt.
He
got Kovalev belt. No, I want to. That's probably like my one big goal.
I wanted to talk about that last Bivol fight too, man, because he didn't.
You got to hold, hey Blaze. You're not keeping me on for 5 hours. Bro.
Yeah,
you're not keeping me on for 5 hours, man. You got my number. Listen, Bruce Goals. It was an absolute pleasure having you on, player. Are you down, brother? You gonna come?
Hey, anything's possible.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, and I know you be smoking that good shit too.
Anything's definitely possible. I had a blast on here tonight, man.
Hey, man, it was an absolute blast having you on, good brother. King Louis, you already know. Yeah, King Louis, you already know what it is, bro. We gonna jump back on probably. Y'all want to do? You want to do? Yeah, let's do after the fight. You want to do after the fight?
Or we can do during the fight. How about
during the fight? After the fight, I don't care. Yeah,
I'll say
fight.
never fight. I mean,
Okay.
long
I be on my homie channel, Model Corner, man. I'm telling y'all, bro, that's the best commentator around in some bitch. Trey X.
Oh,
Hey,
dude,
listen,
I'm always
send
on
me the
Trey X and Malo, man. I love
Swear
that
to God.
channel.
Swear
yeah.
to
Send
God.
and to be honest with you, I've never listened to Marlo's channel before.
He
So
calls a
send me
fight
the
like nobody, man.
Send
send
you
me
the
the
link. I
link.
got you. I'm boss. I'm
Send
gonna
me the
email
link.
it to you.
Yeah, email it to me.
I got you.
Emily, the new
Yeah.
queen of G5F TV. I'm announcing it
appreciate
now.
you, Emily.
We appreciate you jumping
Well,
on
I
for
actually had a lot
sure.
of fun. It's my first time doing anything like this, and I was going to see if you do it with any regularity. I would love to come back
Oh,
and actually
listen,
get to into some stuff.
you listen.
Okay.
So we what we do on this channel is any any person that jumps in the chat, you got an opportunity to jump on the
Okay.
show. And I don't think anybody else is really doing that. Like, so, and we just like to talk to like minds. Anybody that like to talk about boxing,
Yeah.
like we want to
Me-
talk.
That is
So
exactly what I'm looking for. So you
yeah,
got
so if
I love it.
you jump on the you can hit me up anytime and be like, yo, I want to jump on, and I'm just gonna send you a link and you can
Okay.
jump on. So you got an open invitation. But it was an absolute pleasure
Thank
having you
you.
on.
Thank you so very much.
Get my
And of
body
course,
noise.
this dude comes in. Hold on, Mr. Bong here. Hold on, I gotta give him his. Hold on, Mr. Bong. We about to get up off this joint, but I wanted to thank you for jumping on, Mr. Brendan Jackson.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And you got the open invitation as well, man. You know what I mean? Whenever you see us jumping on, or I just hit you up. You know, I just shoot you the link.
I'm
You
subbed.
know?
I'm subbed, and I got the notification. So
Yeah, so you know,
I
but
am now. So
yeah, so
yay.
whenever we jump on, you know, y'all got an open invitation. New Wave Boxing Media, you already know that's family right there. That's bigger than boxing. Shane, brother, even though you tried to call me out and you ain't want to give me $200, I still love you like a brother.
Yeah, we on for that bet, man.
And we
Today,
on for that bet. because I'm borrowing from either one of y'all. So
I'm telling you,
I ain't got
the
no.
day it's Tyson Fury and Wilder, I want my $500. I'm telling you right now.
Bro,
Hold on. Blaze, how you want your money? How you want your money, bro? How you want
Listen,
it?
man, I don't give a shit if you pay me in pennies, man. I don't give a shit.
He said, "Show me the money."
Right, just bring that shit here, and we
Listen.
good.
I'm gonna give it to you in nickels.
Oh,
All right, no
man.
problem with
That's
me.
more
I'm gonna
work
spend
on
it,
your
man.
ass. That's more work on you. Yeah,
I'll
gotta
be
get
right at that
$500
motherfucking
Shane gonna have
supermarket.
muscles.
You gonna hear that shit cling and all that. The supermarket.
Shane gonna come to the States clinging and shit.
A suitcase.
Like, give me a minute.
Right.
Man, they gonna stop
Shane
his
got
ass
a
at the line.
Shane got a metal suitcase with a bunch of nickels in it.
I'm gonna spend that shit.
Yo, but listen, on behalf of VP Shane, on behalf of King Louis, Bruce Schools, Brendan Jackson, New Wave Boxing Media, the new queen of G5F TV, Emily, we are out. I appreciate y'all.
All right, y'all.
Here's to
All
September.
right. Yes,
Peace.
absolutely.
All right. Bye.